blast off.
What a beautiful day to be alive in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Why is it beautiful? Because it doesn't matter that it's cold. It is the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon, produced by Juice Plus and streamed to you live on Flo Sports. You're looking at a scene. The scene is just incredible. More than 20,000 runners are assembled here in downtown Memphis for the St. Jude Marathon. It's just a beautiful day. Everybody is juiced up and ready to go. Wow, you're looking at a live shot of downtown Memphis, Riverside Drive, and this is B.B. King, which runs right through the center of downtown. We're right near the start line for the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon, presented by Juice Plus. This is the largest single-day fundraiser for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and it has done wonders over the years for the hospital. Like I said, 23rd year. I'm Jarvis, Greer. How you doing, everybody? Carrie Anderson joins us also. We were longtime partners in sports at Action News 5. Now we're up here early in the morning to bring you the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon. As we mentioned, this is the largest single-day fundraiser for St. Jude, and $16 million is what they did. $16 million is what they did last year, but that's just a half of it. There's so many things that people that have come together from all over the country to make this thing work, and they're doing that today.
It's really amazing, and this is my 25th year in Memphis, and this is the first time that I have been down here for this marathon, and you see all of these runners. They are dedicated not only to running but to St. Jude, and that's why we're here, is because we want to help raise money for St. Jude. Here's a QR code on your screen right now. Please help us reach those goals for St. Jude. Get that money in, because, you know, because of your support, St. Jude can provide treatment, cutting-edge treatments at no cost to families.
No cost to families, indeed. There have been, over the years, this event has raised $138 million for St. Jude. That sounds like a big number, right? But if you look at it, St. Jude raises annually more than $1 billion. It takes that much money for the cancer research that the doctors, the dedicated doctors from around the world, gather here in Memphis at St. Jude, which is just a few blocks north of us here in downtown Memphis. We're right across from AutoZone Park and the Peabody at Union and B.B. King. And you can see on your screen all the runners around here that are getting ready for the marathon. They're ready to go. We've had the 5K and the 10K have already started. Some of the runners have already finished, but it takes more than 4,000 volunteers to come down and put this event together to help the runners along the way. We've got potty stations set up everywhere. Now, she's not at a potty station, but we got to go to Maddie Gardner, who is the third member of our live stream crew here today on Flo Sports. And Maddie, you are looking at some of the runners who are coming in at the finish line from the 5K and the 10K, right?
Jarvis, I have the best spot at the marathon. I get to see the faces of all 22,000 runners as they cross this finish line on Union Avenue. They're rounding the corner. They see it in sight, and some of them are just taking off sprinting. Others are taking selfies as they cross this finish line. I love seeing everybody out there. Good job, good job. I'm not an official cheer station, but I'm helping them cross this one. Now, 22,000 runners, there are probably just as many people here cheering for these runners, and we can show the line of folks over here as people finish the race. They're waving, they're making some noise for their favorite runners, and they are excited to be here. It may be a little chilly, but our hearts are warm, you guys, and we are so excited to watch these runners, these dedicated folks and St. Jude heroes, cross the finish line this morning. We did see the very first person, David from Memphis, Tennessee, 50 years old, finish that 5K and grab his medal. So we're going to be talking to some of those first place finishers here a little bit later on.
That's absolutely fantastic, Maddie, and you can see where she is. She's right across from FedEx Forum, Beale Street, just down the way, and the runners are coming in. They look hale and hearty today because you have to be, because it's about 32 degrees out here right now.
It is a little chilly, a little bit nippy, and yeah, I am not a runner, so
I'm not either.
Still be out there, but I am a volunteer for St. Jude as a member of the St. Jude Classic, the golf tournament. I volunteer for that. I would say that a lot of people, most people in Memphis, I think, have volunteered or done some fundraising efforts for St. Jude, because that's what we do here in Memphis. We volunteer and we give to those organizations that mean so much to us.
Yeah, and it's just wonderful. You see the graphic there: participate, volunteer, cheer, donate. Together we can do this. There are 61 cheer stations along the route. By cheer station, that means, people are just coming out and, hey, attaboy, way to go, way to run, and just give the runners that much more encouragement. And it's a special thing because, what St. Jude does, these runners, they go out now. They're just not running to run. They're raising money for the hospital, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and the biggest thing about St. Jude is nobody has to pay for treatment. You've got a kid that's sick. You don't know what to do. You're at your wit's end. They say, look, you need to go to St. Jude. You come here, they take care of you. Everything is taken care of the family. They've got places to stay for the immediate family members. They've got all kind of things that they do for the patients. And actually, we've got a lot of the families that have had kids at St. Jude come back and support this marathon themselves by volunteering.
Right, and it's customized care for life-threatening diseases and cancer, but treatment is not free. Treatment is not free. The patients and the families of the patients do not pay, but treatment is not free. So that is why things like this marathon weekend are so important for fundraising efforts, because it costs a lot of money to help cure childhood cancer.
It sure does. And, we talked about all the people that are here running in the marathon. The marathon is not the only race that's being run. Earlier today, the 5K went off, and those are people like me that can't run 26.2 miles. I barely can make a
5K.
I barely can make a 5K myself, but you see the route map there that winds its way through downtown Memphis, and also a portion of it, you see in the top right there, a portion of it actually runs through the St. Jude campus. And so the people that are running and raising money for the event can see exactly what their money is being used for. This is a look at the 10K route map. Now, it's, of course, the 10K, it goes a lot farther. It goes up along North Parkway into Midtown and then winds its way back downtown around the Peabody, around AutoZone Park. And it just, the more that you do, the more you run, usually the more money that you raise. And now the half marathon also is done. That's like 13, that's more than 13 miles. Whew. And some of these runners, it's not that you just wake up one day, I'm going to run a marathon.
Right.
No, man, you have to train for this. And you see the half marathon map. So we got people, they accommodate all types of runners who their skill level or how far they can go, from the 5K to the 10K. This is the half marathon. That's 13 miles, more than 13 miles. And you see it takes a long route along Riverside Drive there with the Mississippi River on the left. And it's a scenic route. This is one of the best places to have runs like this. And you can see, look at the throngs of people who are gathered here for running for St. Jude. And this is the map for the marathon, Carrie, and it's like, wow. You're running all the way out to Midtown, Overton Park, several places, Volunteer Evergreen neighborhood, back downtown, Riverside Drive, and before you go back through the campus and then back at the start-finish line right here near AutoZone Park.
It's amazing, and I believe we've got Maddie coming up. She's going to check in on those finishers. Maddie, how's it going there on the finish line?
Well, I just saw someone dressed up as Forrest Gump across the finish line. So the characters are out, and we are having so much fun out here just watching people finish. As you can see, the start and stop time here behind me, we are 54 minutes into these races, and people just keep coming on, throngs of runners coming by. And again, more than 22,000 people are here this morning to run for St. Jude, to support the kids. And they are coming from all 50 states and Puerto Rico, all across the world. International folks here to show up for the mission to cure childhood cancer. and everyone is having smiles on their faces because they're here for that mission. And it's not just about the race time, it's about the cause. And we were just speaking to the first person to cross the finish line, James, in the 5K, and he is happy to be here. He was excited to finish this race, and just the smiles on everyone's faces as they cross. I don't want to step too far into the racetrack, but if we pan over just a little bit, we can see all these runners finishing their races with the big smiles. Let's show them crossing that finish line. Their names popping up there on that Jumbotron. You got it. I'm out here cheering for them, and we are just excited to speak to some of these runners once they, cool down a little bit and catch their breath. We're not going to put them on camera right when they cross, but good job, ladies. We're so happy to be here with you.
So much, Maddie. Now what you're looking at is the start of the marathon, the actual 26.2-mile marathon. The racers are getting ready at the starting line. We've seen, Carrie, we've seen people dressed in all kind of outlandish costumes out here today.
I saw a unicorn.
Oh, I saw a unicorn, too.
I saw the unicorn, and
We both saw a unicorn. What does that mean? We get luck of that?
I think it does.
I think let's hope that they raise a lot of money to come out in an outfit like that. But it's like the people that we've seen come out, there are a lot of people that, of course, they're in regular running gear, but like a lot of people are wearing antlers, deer antlers, and everybody's got their St. Jude bib on. And that's one of the most coveted things to have if you're a runner. And any marathon around the country, around the world, is to have that St. Jude Memphis Marathon bib. Because that means not only are you just running and out there, for yourself, but you are representing St. Jude and the work that the doctors and the dedicated staff at St. Jude do to keep people together. We're going to take a quick break right now on the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Jude Plus. We'll be back after the break with more for you.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family: finding cures, saving children.
In this family, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
Have it this year. Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? How hard?
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. That dog. Oh, you know we got it. That fight. Oh, you know we got it. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
Hey, we are back live in Memphis, Tennessee. We want to welcome our viewers watching on Local News Live across the whole country as we start the 2024 St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend. The half marathon and the marathon are getting ready to get underway. You see the runners there poised at the starting line. They are itching and ready to go. Now, the 5K and the 10K races went off about an hour or so ago, and we've already got some winners in those races.
Absolutely, Jarvis, and we will be checking in on the races throughout the morning here in Memphis, Tennessee, talking about all things St. Jude and talking with some of the people who support St. Jude right here at the corner of Union and BB King Boulevard. So, as we said, the full marathon getting ready to go. This is some crazy dedication. It's a chilly morning here in Memphis, 37 degrees. I've heard it's been up to 80 here before when we've had the marathon before in December. So 37, I'm not sure which is better. I'm guessing cold.
I believe that the runners like it cold better.
I would like it cold.
Most of the marathons around the country are usually run in the spring and or just coming out of the winter or just going into winter when the weather is not that much a problem. Because once you start running, your own body temperature gets you fine. Now, me personally, I can't do it because my lungs get cold and then I'll be in the infirmary for a week.
I can't do it because I don't like to run. So there's that.
But
I usually walk.
You usually walk.
I do we walk the 5K.
We do have people that do that, that walk the 5K, and some of them walk the 10K, and they bring their kids with them. So it's a whole total family event. This is something that everyone can participate in, and everyone raises money for St. Jude. And they're ready on the start line, and there they go, off to the races.
Amazing.
This is the 2024 St. Jude Memphis Marathon, and it is underway. Of course, it's presented by Juice Plus, and it is being streamed live throughout the country on Flow Sports. We are expecting, well, not expecting, they have actually registered 22,500 runners in this race here in Memphis.
Well, and I was going to say, 20,000 runners, over 20,000 runners, pretty much everyone in Memphis, I would imagine, knows someone who is participating in Marathon Weekend. And that just goes to show how Memphis and the world supports St. Jude right here in Memphis.
That's right. My wife worked at St. Jude for almost 30 years, and she saw it grow from raising a couple of $1 million a year to over $1 billion a year for the hospital. Now, that money goes into research, patient care. It goes into all the staff members you see. The campus of St. Jude here in downtown Memphis has grown over the years. It used to be just one building with a little round building with 5 wings for hospital, and now it's taken up several city blocks. They've got 2 research towers under construction. Another one has just been approved. So this is a really big thing. And it's not just what's going on here in Memphis. Now, the Doctors of St. Jude and the whole mission of St. Jude is no child should die in the dawn of life. And they spread their technology, their research, their methods, their protocols all over the world. So it's not just here in Memphis. It's not just in this country. It is worldwide. It is global, the work that St. Jude does to help children anywhere and everywhere that need it.
If the hospital opened in 1962, childhood cancer was largely considered incurable, but now because of St. Jude, the overall survival rate has gone from 20% to more than 80%. And as you said, St. Jude will not stop until no child dies from cancer. And that's really just amazing. They see anybody who, the sickest children, regardless of race, ethnicity, beliefs, or ability to pay, St. Jude patients receive the customized care that they need to treat childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases, no matter what barriers they face. Here's a look at the half marathon course. As you said, goes down by the river. I have a friend actually running the half marathon, so I'll be tracking her and making sure she makes it through this very chilly morning. So it's a beautiful day, a cold day, and everyone's ready to raise money for St. Jude.
And their money goes to an excellent cause. Of course, it's all about the children, as we said. Each year an estimated 400,000 children worldwide develop cancer. And the funds that this event and others like it help raise for St. Jude to reach those children and improve their survival rates, not just in the U.S., but globally. And I believe there's one stat that I read that as we look at the marathon course, this is the full marathon, 26.2 miles, which is a lot of running.
That's a lot of running.
And you'd rather it be chilly than hot to try to run in something like this. But it's warming up during the day. We'll probably get up somewhere near 50. And, you know, for the runners that are really the professional runners that run this race, they get in about 2.5 hours. But there'll be some others that are going to take around 6 hours. But the course will be open until the last runner gets finished, crosses that finish line. And everybody is a runner in this race.
It's really amazing, and we were talking about how, you know, you look back. Here's the
you can see behind us here
the finish line behind us, and it's just I don't know how they do it. I see everyone in their foil blankets now, and I just want to.
I like it at the end when they're wearing those, like, you know, look like they're bubble wrapped coming in. That to keep you warm and toasty. But, you know, while you're out there on the course, like we said, there's 61 cheer stations throughout the route. Those are people that are offering water, that are giving, you know, thumbs up, that are cheering on the runners. And a lot, as we said earlier, there are 4,000 family members, St. Jude heroes, that come back and work the race because they know what the hospital has done for their loved ones, and they come back and they volunteer and they help. As you see the throngs of runners now coming across the starting line, as 22,500 runners registered for this race here in Memphis for the benefit of St. Jude. And, you know, when St. Jude started back in 1962, their survival rate was from cancer that children would develop was almost, it was
incurable.
Very, very small.
Incurable.
20% or less. Right. And now it's up over 80% for the different types of cancer that children can develop. And so you see that the money that's involved to bring in the doctors, to bring in the hospitals, for the brick and mortar, for the rest of the things, facilities you have to have, well, it's actually working because children are living. Now, not everybody makes it, unfortunately, but we've seen the families of some of those kids that did not make it. They still come back and volunteer and do what they can for the hospital because they know the treatment that they have been given is basically just God sent.
And absolutely, and we want to stress that treatment is not free. It takes a lot to run St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. The patients and the families of patients do not pay for treatment, but treatment is not free, and that's why these weekends and these fundraisers are so important. And you can see Memphis and the world have come out and supported St. Jude. And one of the great things about this race is that it goes right through the campus of St. Jude, so you really get to see the people that you're impacting and the place that you are impacting, and that the place has grown exponentially since I've been in Memphis for 25 years, and it's just amazing when you see what they do. But you hope that one day that we won't need a St. Jude. That's really the goal, is that they won't stop until no child dies of childhood cancer.
And the thing is that you mentioned that, you know, the families, you know, there's the patient care that the children get, paid for, but the immediate family members have a place to stay because you can't, you know, your 3-year-old has cancer and you're going to be, you know, in
you can't drop them
Tacoma,
all.
Washington or something. No, you bring them here, you stay here with them. The Target House, there's the Tri-Delta, there's several different places. They just built a new one on campus, on the St. Jude campus now, where families can come and stay. They've got, you know, their own rooms, they've got family rooms, they got playrooms for, you know, the other siblings that are here. So it becomes a home away from home for the ones that have to be here for that treatment.
And it is not gloom and doom. That's the beauty of this hospital. Is you go, if you ever get a chance to tour the hospital, it's really an amazing place. It's incredible to see the patients. They're in good spirits. The families are in good spirits, and it's a happy place because they're getting the treatment that they need, and the people there are just amazing.
Yeah, definitely just amazing. And the thing about it, what we've seen from St. Jude is more than 70 years ago, Danny Thomas, who was then a struggling actor, you remember he had a show on Make Room for Danny after he became famous.
I think that was a little before my time.
I remember seeing it on TV, the blue, black and white TV. But, he was as a young entertainer, he decided, he was struggling. He wasn't making it. Things weren't happening for him. And he made a pledge to himself and a prayer to St. Jude Thaddeus, who is the patron saint of lost causes. And he made this prayer to say, if I can become a success, whatever it is that I glean from my success, I will give back to the people. I will give back to you. He had that dream and that promise fulfilled in 1962 when the doors opened of St. Jude Hospital, and he lived to see it and become an international beacon of hope for catastrophically ill children, and from not just in the United States but around the world. And we've got this package we can show you right now. Take a look.
A glittering premiere at the Chicago Theater for Warner Brothers, I'll See You in My Dreams. A real dream has come true, for this benefit premiere launches a drive for a new hospital sponsored by the film star Danny Thomas, here arriving with his family. Years ago, Danny vowed he'd build a hospital if he ever became famous. $32,000 are subscribed, the first of 1 million Danny Thomas tells friends he'll raise for the St. Jude's Hospital of his dreams.
They said it couldn't be done. They said that it was a task which would break my heart. They said it was impossible. At this very moment, as I speak to you, in the city of Memphis, Tennessee, there is being constructed a hospital in the form of a star.
There it is, in concrete, glass, and steel, to offer help to all the children of the world, regardless of race, creed, or economic status.
You and I have vowed that we will do everything in our power, spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially, to bring about the defeat of these catastrophic diseases. We're going to begin with leukemia, and by God's grace, after defeating it, go on to other diseases. That little tiny building has led the world in advancements in pediatric science and clinical care, and now it's going to rise up. You will bring it to the fore through an organization called ALSAC. If I were to die tomorrow, I now know why I was born.
While we're sitting here making this video, there's a family that's walking through the front doors on a Friday afternoon, and they're at St. Jude. When we came to St. Jude, I asked the doctor, "Can you treat my child?" And he said, no, we're going to cure him.
And what you just saw in that video is the mission of St. Jude. You've seen how it has grown. Danny Thomas had this vision, a struggling actor. Don't just think just because you're one person, you can't make a difference in the world. And with the help of all the volunteers and all the people that came together to make this project a reality, no child should die in the dawn of life, as Danny Thomas promised, making that prayer to St. Jude Thaddeus. And now you saw in the video the hospital, how it has grown, the research, the patient care centers, the ability to house the family members to come into Memphis. And it's just been a wonderful thing. And now we've got the St. Jude Marathon with more than 22,500 runners. And a runner himself, you see him sitting here, he's got the big Flo, I guess that's an F for Flow Sports. The CEO and co-founder of Flow Sports himself, Mark Floriani. We appreciate you being here and just having a chance to be up and do something. You're doing something yourself by getting your company involved in streaming this all across the country.
Yeah, this is a great experience for me for running the race, but then we are very excited to be a part of this race here and support St. Jude. You're going to get me crying watching that video. It's just unbelievable what they do for those kids and those families. So
now, you were an All-American, right? Yourself a runner at the University of Texas, right?
I was, but a long time ago. Now,
I was.
Yeah, it's just the guy with the dad bod pushing the stroller. So I pushed my son. So
very good.
That's what I wanted to do today. So that was fun.
What does it mean to you to come out here on this course and see all these people and know the cause of St. Jude? What does it mean to you?
It means a lot, and I'm learning, every day as we've started to be a part of this, and just learn how St. Jude just impacts so many lives and the community, and just seeing the parents and the kids, the survivors, and hearing those stories is just it's just unbelievable. And I was running through campus there, and I was trying to make it without crying, because it's just so inspirational seeing what St. Jude's does. So, we're glad to have Flo be a part of this.
It's something you mentioned that you push the stroller running through there. And a lot of people, they're not pushing strollers when they come to the hospital. They're bringing their kids in that are sick. Yeah. And that's one thing that brings tears to everyone's eyes. Yeah. We were very fortunate. Our children were healthy. Yeah. But you've got a young one that is doing well, but not everybody can say that. And when you see that, that does pull at the heartstrings and make you want to do more.
Yeah, it does. It's, like I said, this is our first year, and it's been a big inspiration. And hopefully we can continue to do more of this in the future, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Now, really quickly, once your running career was over at Texas, you got into doing video of other runners, and is that how the idea for Flow Sports came about?
Yeah, I ran track at the University of Texas, and my brother wrestled at Cal Poly University, and we just thought some of these other sports needed some more love, and so we decided that the internet was going to change things for these sports, and so we started Flow Sports in track and field and wrestling way back in 2006.
I heard that was you had $20,000 in a van, right?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of ramen noodles and tortillas and cheese, but
whatever
it
works,
was a lot
right?
of fun. And now we're covering over 20 different sports, and we stream over 40,000 events, and so now 40,001 by doing the St. Jude Marathon here.
So how did Flow Sports get involved with the St. Jude Marathon?
Really, it was one of our great partners, Varsity Brands. Bill Seeley, the CEO at Varsity Varsity Spirit, is just a great guy, and he called us up a couple months ago. Next time, Bill, give us a little more time. But a couple months ago, and said, hey, they've always wanted to stream. And I said, Bill said he knew a guy, and he called me and Monica, who leads some of our cheerleading efforts. And we said, yeah, we're going to be a part of it. And so, like I said, this is we're just learning. We've only been a part of this for the last couple of months, but we get inspired every day. And glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, when you look at it as you were running the course yourself, what do you think about the layout here and how it's set up for the runners?
Oh, it's great. And then, like I said, going through, they hit you right after that first mile. You're getting a little tired after the first mile, and they hit you going through the campus. And so it's a pretty inspirational mile there. And then you get to see Memphis and a beautiful city. And then you get to end right here near AutoZone Park in the Peabody. And so it's a great course.
Had you ever been here to Memphis before this?
Just a couple times visiting Varsity, but never seen the whole course here. So.
Mm-hmm. I have to know what it takes to train for something like this. Now, you just did the 5K, correct?
The 10K, yeah.
The 10K. So what does it take to get ready for the 10K?
Well, the 10K is, what's really hard is that marathon. All those people running those marathons,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And they're going to be training for, 6 months, making sure that they're getting in their long runs of 20 miles on certain Sundays and putting in, 50 to 70 miles a week at least if you want to, for that marathon. So those marathon training, that's the real challenge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now I know you're very humble in terms of your own career running, but you mentioned the 10K. There is something I'm being told right here on the screen that you've got something that you would like to do for St. Jude yourself.
Yeah, I got inspired I got inspired running through this, and we want to donate an additional $1 for every person that ran the 5 and 10K. So I think that's about $13,000. So
wow.
FloSports will additional $13,000 to St. Jude. So and we're proud to do it, and hopefully we can continue to build off that.
So how about that? Not only are you streaming this live on your platform, FloSports, but you're also giving back to the community. And that's something that a lot of runners, runners usually run for a purpose because it's hard to just do this just for yourself. But we really, really appreciate you coming here.
And we thank you. Thank you for doing this.
Yes,
You're doing a great job. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. That is Mark Floriani. He is the CEO and the big man behind FloSports and the reason why we're doing this. Maddie Gardner is out live on the race course, and she's got more for us right now. Maddie, what you got?
Let me step over here so I can chat with you guys. I was just speaking with some people who had just finished the race. We're working on gathering their entire team running with Grace. They run in memory of the founder of the team's daughter, and they were, as of yesterday, the highest fundraising patient team for the St. Jude Memphis Marathon. So their team is crossing the finish line right now and gathering over here, and we're going to interview them in just a few minutes to hear the reason, the why they run. But you can see more people are crossing here, and the energy is still high here on Union Avenue as those runners cross. I love seeing the teams and the different theme shirts and people not really caring about the time, but just caring about the cause, right, guys? So we are going to be out here speaking with some runners in just a few minutes. Bear with me.
Out there, it's just wonderful to see how many runners they come across the finish line, and we're seeing a lot of arms raised, and not just people just falling over, oh God, no, they know that they've done something, they accomplished something more than for just themselves. And Carrie, that's just an awesome feeling to be able to participate in something like this that's bigger than yourself.
It really is. And we were talking about how much money it raised since its inception in 2002. $138 million raised this event alone, which is unbelievable for a single day. And this is the largest single day fundraiser for St. Jude. So all of these people here are helping the cause of St. Jude and helping to cure childhood cancer. And look at everybody. Oh, we have a tiger. We have a tiger running by.
We got all kind of people. I've seen muskrat hats around. And like you said, this is the largest single-day fundraising event for St. Jude. 2024, this year, marks the 23rd annual race weekend. And, the single-day total, last year they raised $16 million. So $138 million in 23 years. They want to break that number, and they think they can with more than 22,500 runners taking part in this event today, this one day. And they've all converged here on downtown Memphis. Of course, the hotels and the restaurants are glad to see all the people here. The pasta party that they had on Friday night with all the runners coming in and loading up on those carbs. You know, I load up on carbs without running, I must say. But, you know, they're coming in because they know they're going to burn them all off here during the race. Even though it's a cold day, they would prefer a day like this over, you know, we've had some races where, as you mentioned, it was 80 degrees here one year, and the races have been in the 70s and the high 60s. But the cooler it is, the better it is for the runners of especially the long races, the marathon.
Absolutely. And the beauty of this thing is that the funds from this event raises, it helps St. Jude reach more children. It improves the survival rates globally. So it's not just here in Memphis, it's a global event, and families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, and they can families can focus on helping their children survive this disease. So it's just, we keep saying amazing, but you can't, I mean, there's no other word for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
You know, that's the last thing you want to have on your mind. How am I going to, you know, pay for this? You know, when your child has a catastrophic disease, it's something that, you know, you can't, you can't fathom it in your brain, and now you got to travel across country and to drop them off. No, you don't have to drop them off. You're here with them while they're going through all kind of protocols, all kind of procedures, and they're getting, you know, take blood, give blood, do this, do that, and everything that's going on around it. And, you know, you're nervous. Your child has no idea what's going on, but they give you loving treatment, TLC. They give you tender, loving care here, and you don't owe them a dime. You don't owe them a dime.
Yeah, and we're, you know, Jarvis and I are both cancer survivors, and
that's correct.
And it's not about us.
No.
It's about these kids, and I can't imagine, knowing what we went through, I can't imagine a child going through that. And St. Jude helps them get through that, helps the families deal with this disease, which can be catastrophic. And it's just an amazing thing to have such a facility here in Memphis. And we're going to go to Maddie right now, who is standing by with at the finish line. And Maddie, I can only imagine the faces of the people coming across the finish line.
Yes, a couple of race finishers. How are we feeling, guys? All right, let me introduce you to a few key players here. We have Brad and April Bazilla and Aunt Ashley DeMore and some other members of the Running with Grace team. So, Brad, we'll start with you. What race did you run today, and how are you feeling?
I ran the 5K, and I feel great.
And, April, you just finished. How's it going for you?
It's great. I feel great. It's wonderful to be here.
So I want to dive into the reason why you guys are here running. Tell me about Running with Grace and how you got started.
My daughter, Alexis Grace Bazilla, was a patient from 2017 to 2019. She battled hard with cancer, but unfortunately she lost that battle. A month before she passed away, she made April and I promise that we would give back to St. Jude. So this is our 5th year running in the races and donating and just doing everything we can to help support St. Jude. She didn't want families to go through what we did. So.
How old was Alexis when she passed?
She was 15 years old.
And to have just the thought that I want my family to keep supporting this place that supported me, what is it like to think about that on this morning?
It gives me hope that one day there'll be cures. For me, as a bereaved parent, I just don't want another parent to walk in my shoes. So I will do everything I can to support the mission of St. Jude.
And you're doing so much. Yesterday, your team was in the lead for fundraising for patient teams. How much money have you raised so far?
At that time, we were $161,000.
How does that feel? Oh, it's amazing. And to be out here and to see all of the other St. Jude heroes who are raising money for the same cause. And Brad, you're not just running a 5K today. You recently completed quite the trek for St. Jude. What did you do?
It was the first time they've done this. There were 6 individual St. Jude heroes. We went to Africa and we summited Mount Kilimanjaro. That was about a month ago.
And I asked him, I said, which was harder, the Mount Kilimanjaro or this 5K?
Kilimanjaro was longer and harder.
Just a little bit. So your team is coming in from all across the country. Where's everybody from?
We're from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
Atlanta. Also Atlanta.
She's Atlanta. And where are you from? I'm from Raleigh. Nice. And you are all dressed like unicorns as well. Tell me about the costumes, ladies.
It was a running joke with Alexis not long after she was diagnosed. She was just coming out of anesthesia, and we were making jokes about unicorns, and it just stuck. And so now here we are. She'd be so embarrassed.
But we're the crazy ants, and we keep the fun in it, and that's what we're here to do, just have fun.
I think that, everyone here is here for the same cause. So looking back, and as someone who comes from the St. Jude family and has been embraced by St. Jude, what's your message to the folks who are out here supporting St. Jude this morning?
I would say that it's just, even though they're not on campus with the patients, they're not in the day-to-day with it, they're making a difference. Every little dollar, everything they're doing makes a difference, and the families appreciate it.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much. Again, running with Grace, there is still time to support. Congratulations on finishing the race, and thank you so much for speaking with us today.
That's just great, Maddie. And, there are more than 4,000 St. Jude heroes that, they've had family members here at the hospital, and they come back and they run the race, and they raise money for everything. And Maddie, you've seen that, and you've seen the smiles on their faces, and also the fact that they're not just local. They're from all over the country here in Memphis running in this marathon. That's for you, Maddie. I don't know if Maddie can hear us. Yes, she can.
Sometimes I can hear you guys. Sometimes I can't. But you know what? I'm sure what you said was fabulous. It's in and out here. But yes.
Well, we're just glad that you're out there on the race course having a chance to talk to the runners as they come in. And Red, as you saw, they're from North Carolina, from Atlanta, from Georgia, from all over the place. Every state in the union is recognized here with people running in this event or volunteering or doing whatever they can do. And also not just in this country.
No, and a lot of these are patient families. So we have a record number of patient families, more than 1,800. That is a record this year. And it really showcases the incredible spirit of St. Jude and the efforts of fundraising from not only past patients, current patients, people all over Memphis and all over globally supporting this amazing institution, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
That's something one of the runners, before we go to break, said that he had summited Mount Kilimanjaro last month. Well, there are people here from 82 different countries. So this is a global event, and they're all here in Memphis. And you see the people, they're still running here in the 23rd Annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon, presented by Juice Plus and shown on Flow Sports Streaming. We'll be back in just a minute with more Marathon.
Shaw has been a corporate partner with St. Jude since 2012, and during that time, we've developed a core set of programs that generate awareness for the St. Jude mission and funds to support the hospital and its research. Through our partnership, Shaw and our associates and our valued customers have raised millions of dollars for St. Jude. Because of support from compassionate individuals and companies like Shaw, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food while their children are St. Jude patients.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family. Finding cures, saving children. Family is how St. Jude started, and family is how we keep going.
In this family, every child deserves a chance to live their best life. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because that's what you do for family.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer. And globally, that number is even higher.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
And welcome back to downtown Memphis, Tennessee, where most of the runners have already taken off for the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon, presented by Juice Plus and streamed live around the country on Flow Sports. I'm Jarvis Greer with Carrie Anderson, and we've seen all kind of runners, everybody looking fantastic, juiced up, ready to go, and just really, it's been a terrific event, and we're really just getting started here.
We really are, and I've seen a tiger, I've seen a unicorn, I think I saw a bear earlier, but there's some characters out there on the course, and then there's the die-hard runners, and not to say that the unicorn wasn't a die-hard runner, it may have been, but yeah, just everyone coming out to support St. Jude, and it's really a great sight to see all the people down here supporting this wonderful cause.
And speaking of characters, let's go to Maddie Gardner. She's at the start-finish line right now with more on the people coming in. Looking good, Maddie.
I'm just a poser at the finish line. All of these St. Jude heroes running are the real people who are crossing it, and I'm here with one of them right now. Kelsey Mellinger just completed the 10K. Yes. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It was so fun. The weather turned out way better than expected, so it's been a great day.
I do have a hot hand, by the way, if you need to hold it for this interview. Your hands are cold. So how many years have you been a part of the St. Jude Memphis Marathon?
This is my 7th race. I've done 2 10Ks and 5 half marathons, so it's one of my most favorite days of the year in the city. It's so magical.
Every Memphian says, have you been to Marathon Weekend yet? Have you experienced the magic of that morning? So many years, Kelsey. Explain the magic to folks out there watching who aren't here and part of it.
Everyone on the streets, everyone in the city is just here for one cause, and it's saving the lives of children all over the world. And it really is so incredible to see so many people, 22,000 runners here this weekend, coming together for one reason and one reason only. And it's just so special to be such a small piece of that puzzle.
And some of the races actually go through St. Jude's campus. You went through campus this morning. Tell folks what that was like and what you're seeing, right, when you're running through there.
There are signs everywhere, families, patients, ALSAC employees, doctors. All their signs say, thank you, you're saving my life. Because of you, I'm living today. And it is the most emotional part of the race, for sure. I'm getting emotional right now thinking about it, but it's truly incredible and reminds you why you put in the hours of training and why you're running in 30 degrees on a Saturday morning, but it truly is all worth it for the kids.
Well, Kelsey is also a marketing director for school marketing at Varsity Spirit, one of the sponsors of the race this morning. And Kelsey, throughout the year, Varsity Spirit has a couple of fundraising efforts that you get to be a part of, not just the marathon. One of those starts at summer camp, so 350,000 cheerleaders and dancers are participating. Tell me about that campaign.
Yeah, so at camp every summer, every single cheerleader and dancer fills out 2 fundraising letters that get sent out to friends, family, aunts, uncles, whoever they want to send it to, asking for donations to the hospital. And it's our biggest fundraising effort of the year, and we've been doing it since 2011, and it's made a true huge impact, and it's something that our campers look forward to every summer, getting to be part of St. Jude.
Millions of dollars raised through that, and this summer you introduced something that even people not in the cheerleading world know about, a spirit stick, right? We all know what a spirit stick is. Yes. This year you introduced the St. Jude Spirit Stick. What was that?
So at every overnight camp throughout the summer, the school, the team that brings the most fundraising letters gets to take home the St. Jude Spirit Stick, and getting the Spirit Stick at camp is such a big deal, and being a part of St. Jude makes it even more special.
Absolutely. And then after camp ends and we go into the school year, St. Jude Game Day begins for Varsity Spirit. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we team up with St. Jude, and schools can host game days. They host Spirit Days throughout the week where they're raising funds throughout their community with students in the school, people in the community, and game day on Friday night is the culmination of it all. Everybody's wearing gold. They've got the St. Jude sticker on their cheek. They've got St. Jude signs. The whole stadium is cheering for St. Jude and building those funds up for the hospital.
Well, almost a decade now of being a part of St. Jude and this marathon, Kelsey. What is the main message to folks out there who are watching and maybe want to get involved in the future?
Every single dollar truly makes a difference. No donation is too small. No donation is too big. I think a lot of fundraising efforts say no donation is too small, but it really is so true at St. Jude. No family ever pays for treatment, travel, or housing, and that is so true. All the families have to worry about is their child surviving, and that's all they should have to worry about during that time in their lives.
Absolutely. Okay, let's show off the hardware. Yes. Let's see. St. Jude finisher, 10K, Kelsey Mellinger right here. Will you let me borrow that later so I can be like, I ran the race too? Oh, goodness. Well, thank you so much for coming back through the finish line and chatting with us.
Yes.
Tremendous. On as a 10K finisher, that's something that you cherish, you put on your wall and display for everyone to say, look, you did this, but not just for yourself. As she mentioned, it's for the hospital, and it's just amazing. Treatments developed at St. Jude have raised survival rate for children in the U.S. 4 out of 5 children now in this country survive, but globally it's only 1 out of 5, and we're hoping that we can raise that to the level that it is in the U.S. and beyond. We'll be back with a special guest after this quick break, the St. Jude Memphis Marathon. Stick with us.
Do the Ravens have it this year? Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? How hard?
Oh, you know we got it. Yep. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. That dog. Oh, you know we got it. That fight. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, cause
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family: finding cures, saving children.
In this family, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
It takes teamwork to find cures for children battling cancer. And it takes a team to raise the funds needed for this important work to continue. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. St. Jude Game Day is a great way to get your school involved in a meaningful tradition that reinforces the power of pride and spirit. By supporting and fundraising for St. Jude, you and your school are helping to ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. After you register, simply pick a home game and start planning your game day fundraising activities. St. Jude provides everything you need to get started and supports your event along the way. Since 2011, Varsity Brands has raised over $13 million for the St. Jude mission. Our partnership creates a lasting positive impact for students, school communities, and for the kids of St. Jude. Become a part of St. Jude Game Day. By raising funds, you raise hope.
And welcome back to the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon, presented by Juice Plus and streamed live all over the globe. Flow Sports. Hey, you got to see the QR code on your screen right now. Get your phone up, take a picture of that. Donate now. St. Jude puts your money to good use. Eradicating childhood cancers. Getting rid of it. It's out of here. And right now, we got the president of Varsity Sports himself, Bill Seeley, here. And Bill, it's great to see a local company really step up and get involved in this. Your headquarters is just down the street from here, right?
Yes, sir. We've been down here for about 2 years. We started our partnership with St. Jude in about 2011. We just crested $14 million raised. It's a great event for the city, and we're just happy to be here.
It's so wonderful that, you're taking part, but you got to tell us a little bit about Varsity Spirit. The first thing comes to mind that Varsity Spirit must be cheerleading, right?
Yeah, well, we're more than that now. We started out certainly in cheerleading. 1974, our founder, Jeff Webb, started the company. I remember my first time as an instructor going to what we call our work week, our training session, and he said, our goal's never been to be the biggest. Our goal has always been to be the best. The best for ourselves, the best for our teammates, and the best for our customers. If we focus on that, the rest will take care of itself. And so cheerleading grew into what it is known as now, and it's around the world. We've gotten cheerleading into the Olympic movement as recognized by the International Olympic Committee, the USOPC. So a lot of great things are happening there, but we also are in dance. We started the band movement in 2019, and last year we brought yearbook into the business. Right. So everything school spirit, we're all involved in.
You mentioned Varsity Brands has raised over $14 million. Why is this cause so important to you all?
Well, first of all, we're in the business of training young people and helping them kind of unpack their talents and their abilities so they can go on and be productive citizens in the world. And, St. Jude offers that same thing. They're offering hope for young people and their family members. We've been longtime partners for them, absolutely aligned in terms of the mission of helping kids realize their potential and live a long and productive life.
It's amazing, Varsity Spirit is a Memphis-based company, and I remember back when I was at school at the University of Memphis, then Memphis State.
Tigers.
The Tiger Palm Squad just burst on the scene, sponsored by Jeff Webb and yourself, and I think they won 10 straight national championships, and they've won several since then, and it's really been a big impact, not just you on the city, but the city on you as well.
That's right. And Tigers have been a mainstay at our championship. And that same philosophy of being the best and pushing yourself to be the best, they represent Memphis so well when they go down to the championships. Just excellence in all that they do. Super proud of our Tigers. And we love seeing them perform.
Well, I have to tell you, I know a lot of the high schools around also benefit from the work that you do and what they've done with your camps and everything. And boy, I tell you, you talk about going down to the championships in Orlando at Wide World of Sports there. You better get some earplugs because it's a scream fest.
It is.
Sure.
A lot of energy. These kids work so hard during the year. They build this school spirit. They go out. They're cheering at the football games. You see a lot of them around here supporting the community and cheering on all the St. Jude runners.
Right.
And then they have an opportunity to go and highlight and show their skills on ESPN at the National High School Cheerleading Championship, National Dance Team Championship, National College Cheerleading Championship, Dance Team Championship. And it's their opportunity to be recognized for the incredible work that they do, not just at their school, but in their communities as well.
So I asked you earlier how you felt. You just completed the 10K.
Let's see that medal there. Hold that up.
Yeah, I got the medal and everything. So, Marathon morning is such a special morning here in Memphis. Tell us about your personal experience. You went through the campus of St. Jude.
It is.
How was the the route here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Memphis does this so first class. They really turn the city over to St. Jude. This marathon raises $54 million in funds for the city, which is just fantastic. But the course, the energy, the excitement around running for these kids and their family members, it's fantastic. There's just this great festival environment running through the campus, seeing the kids. They are just, it's tough at the beginning of the race. You get this big emotional spike as you run through the campus, and then you come out the other side, and it's like, oh, I've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
I've got a long way to go. I learned that when I first did the marathon, and I was like, all right, go through the campus, try to keep your emotions in check, get through. But when you see that finish line, you're just sprinting for it, and it's just a great weekend for everybody involved.
I want to make sure I get this right. So you have, let's see, you were named the first ever corporate champion of St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend, helping St. Jude achieve this year's goal of $16 million. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I was honored when they called and asked me to serve in that role, and being able to bring in Flow Sports, who's helping to broadcast this and stream it live across the country, has been great. And then just helping them raise money for an unbelievable cause. There's just a lot of pride in that.
Is that how you and your St. Jude involvement got together? Was it through Flow Sports, or how did this synergy happen?
Well, we've been working with St. Jude, like I said, since 2011. We help train kids at our summer camps. We'll have 350,000 kids at camp that are high school cheerleaders, high school dancers, and we have them send out donation letters.
Okay.
So we're teaching them how to go out and serve and raise money for other kids. And we have that program. We also have St. Jude Game Day at high schools during the week. Pep rallies and the schools and the communities help raise funds, and that Friday nights they present the check to St. Jude. And then we have a big event at one of our cheer sport events where the all-star gyms go out and raise funds, and over the last 10 years we've raised over $1 million at that event.
Wow, and I think we saw a little bit on that spot before you came on, a little bit about the Spirit Stick. That's something that's new this year?
Yeah, no, we've got the Spirit Stick. It's been around since 1974.
Oh.
We give it to the teams at camp. They keep their energy up high, so we hand it out, and we've incorporated it around here. But we also crafted the St. Jude Spirit Stick a couple years ago, which is just, again, we want to bring attention to the families of St. Jude.
So you guys elevate the student and the athlete experiences. What does it mean to you to bring awareness to that group of young people about St. Jude?
Yeah, well, it's such a dynamic group of kids. I mean, these are the most visible athletes on campus. Your cheerleaders, your dancers, your band members. They're at all the games. They're helping to build that sense of camaraderie, school spirit. So if you can deploy them into an activity where they're raising money for kids at St. Jude, it's bound to be a success.
How many different ways is Varsity Spirit and Varsity Brands involved in trying to raise money for St. Jude?
Well, like I said, we do the race, and so we'll raise close to $50,000 with just our folks who come in from Dallas. They come in from Indianapolis, from all over the country to come and race as a Varsity Brands team. We have the letter writing campaign that we do in the summer. We have the championship event that we do at Cheer Sport. And then we have the game day that we do during high schools. So over the last 11 years, we've been fortunate enough to raise $14 million.
Talk about Cheer Sport. That's the third biggest fundraising event that Varsity Sports hosts, and that's in February.
That's in February. It's coming up. It's in Atlanta. Decent city, not quite as great as Memphis, but
correct.
They do a great job in Atlanta as well. They turn the city over to us. There's over 1,400 teams that come to that event. And Friday night, before the event kicks off, we do a celebration for St. Jude. Teams from all across the country go out throughout the year. They raise money for St. Jude. They get to go up exhibition out on the stage, raise money. They talk about the experience that they had in supporting St. Jude. And like I said, we'll probably raise about $140,000 to $160,000 this year at that event.
As a local company, how does it feel to look out and see all the runners and what they're doing for St. Jude and knowing that Varsity Spirit is a large part of it?
Look, we're just happy to be a part of it. It's a collective effort. I mean, childhood cancer is something that we just have got to, we've got to eliminate it and give kids hope and their family members hope. You can't think of anything more as a parent of 4 and now a grandparent of 5. It's just, you can't imagine having to go through something like that. So being able to eliminate it and be a part of that is something special.
Well, I got 5 grandkids myself, and I got 2 that they've been fruitful and multiplied. I'll just say that, including triplets in there. So I know what it's like to, when your kids are coming out and they're sick, but it's nothing like what, the people that come out here that have to deal with.
Yeah, and the fact that St. Jude provides everything for them, no family has to pay a bill. They can really focus and concentrate on getting their child well is really something special.
That's Bill Seeley. He's the corporate president of Varsity Spirit, a local company right here in Memphis.
Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you running.
So
Show off that medal one more time. Hold up
man,
to the
right
camera
here.
so
There it is. And I PR'd in my last year of my 50s.
Personal record.
Well, it was a 50 PR, from 51 to 59.
Okay. Well, hey, they all count.
In my last year, PR'd. So
there you go.
There you go. Raise a glass. If you got a glass at home, raise a glass.
And I'm going to donate another $2,500 for the kids of St. Jude because I PR'd.
Special human being right there. Bill Seeley, president of Varsity Spirit. Salute.
Thank you, guys.
My buddy Doc Holliday would say salute and clap.
Appreciate you.
Sir. Great. We appreciate you being here. Carrie, he is just a big example of the volunteer spirit here in Memphis. And we'll talk more about the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Juice Plus after the break.
Shaw has been a corporate partner with St. Jude since 2012, and during that time, we've developed a core set of programs that generate awareness for the St. Jude mission and funds to support the hospital and its research. Through our partnership, Shaw and our associates and our valued customers have raised millions of dollars for St. Jude. Because of support from compassionate individuals and companies like Shaw, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food while their children are St. Jude patients.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family. Finding cures, saving children. Family is how St. Jude started, and family is how we keep going.
In this family, every child deserves a chance to live their best life. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because that's what you do for family.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer, and globally, that number is even higher.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
Hey, welcome back to the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Juice Plus and streamed live on Flow Sports. Your college sports have a home on Flow College. Watch more than 12,000 college sporting events from 100 schools and 12 different conferences only on Flow College. Head to flowcollege.com today to see everything now. And you're seeing a live shot you just saw of the thousands of people who are here in downtown Memphis for the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon. What a great weekend it has been. It started with the pasta party on Friday night for all the runners to come in. 22,500 runners all gathering around in different places around the city to load up on those carbs.
I loaded up on carbs last night too, but I'm not running the marathon. But I think the greatest spot, we have the greatest spot because we're not only right in front of the finish line, but then we can look up ahead of us. You can't see them, but we can see the runners going along Front Street, which is just amazing to see all of these runners out here supporting a great cause and doing their best, doing their thing out here in the St. Jude Memphis Marathon.
Yeah, where we are, vantage point right here, looking down west on Union Avenue, you see the runners up on Front Street, and Memphis is on a bluff, okay? It's high above the Mississippi River, so it looks like the world ends right there, and all you can see is just runners floating off into the distance, but they have, their route has, the marathon runners' route takes them through the middle of St. Jude campus, so they see what all their work, their hard work, their training, and also fundraising has done. You can see the buildings, you can see the patient care centers, the research towers. There, two are under construction right now, with a third just was okay to come on. They'll begin some construction sometime soon, but that'll be another 16-story tower on the campus of St. Jude here in downtown Memphis. More than 3,000 people work there. It's like, you know, these people aren't doing this for free now. It's a job.
Right.
You have to pay them. Who pays them? We pay them with the volunteering our dollars. Thank you. My mouth's getting a little cold. And our time to help make this thing a success.
Absolutely. And of course, they're all here for the kids. And we have some giggly girls. I'm a giggly girl too sometimes, but they're wise beyond their years due to a childhood cancer diagnosis. And now St. Jude patient CJ and her best friend Abby are bringing their community together for a serious purpose. Just don't take them too seriously.
Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Ah! My hair looks good in the wind. I don't know about Addie's though. Mine is a little messy.
I would describe that one as funny, overachiever, there when you need her, fun to be around.
I would probably describe Addie. She can be a little bossy. She's very funny. For some reason, she likes trying weird food combinations. I don't know why. And she's very sweet. Love you.
We went from normal life, healthy child to acute lymphoblastic leukemia, or B-cell ALL, and it took away my ability to take a full breath. Literally, it ignited every fear that I didn't even know I had, realizing that my whole job in life was to protect these children, and I can't do anything for her. The St. Jude team came up to get CJ via ambulance. There were some storms. It was a little bit of a scary drive. There was a time where the storms were really heavy. Shortly after that, I noticed a rainbow, and when you're desperate, you have this like hope that you'll grasp onto anything. And I was looking at that rainbow like, oh, maybe that rainbow means something. And then I'm like, there's another one. There was literally 2 rainbows draped over the ambulance in front of me that was carrying my child to St. Jude. And I just remember thinking like, that means something, right? That's gotta mean something. It meant that there was hope. We were driving into hope. St. Jude gave us a hope that we didn't know was possible until they took over.
All right, CJ, what's the name?
An autistic symbol?
Yes. Nice job, CJ. When I found out, I was very confused. I knew that it was really bad, and I had a lot of questions,
but I knew that everything was going to be okay. Addie would call me almost every day, and we'd talk over the phone for a bit when I was feeling up for it. I think that friendship is important because then you know that someone is going to be there for you when you're down. It's nice to always have somebody there for you. I came up with this Cancer Answer idea. I got together everyone I knew in my front yard, and I did a fundraiser for St. Jude. And she sold so much art. And it was like, I made a ton of paintings, and my aunt's like, oh, don't worry about it. You have 3 months. And I'm like, only 3 months? One thing I picture is our entire lives we're going to be doing Cancer Answer.
In 2009, our grandson Nick was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The world stopped, but St. Jude was there. I started naming my dogs after St. Jude. About 2 years ago, I received an email from a mother of a child that has the same cancer as Nick.
I just thought, oh, this might be meant to be, and that's when she told me, she said, I have the dog for you. She opened the door and Jude went straight to CJ.
She comes bombarding out like a maniac and instantly jumps on me.
Her mom was in tears and I was in tears, and it's been that way ever since. It was that connection.
St. Jude saved everything that matters to us. I don't know that we'd have CJ without them. I am beyond grateful. I truly can't even imagine not having St. Jude in our lives.
In 20 years, yeah, I see us being best friends still. When I'm older, I really want to be able to help out other kids. I want to be a child life specialist. My hopes are I could work with St. Jude.
To have hope is to have St. Jude. To have hope is to have your child healthy. There's not a whole lot else that matters in the world besides the good health of your loved ones, and we have that because of St. Jude.
Wow, what an amazing story. And you know, Red, St. Jude cares for some of the world's sickest children, regardless of their race, ethnicity, beliefs, or ability to pay. Patients at St. Jude receive the life-giving care that they need to get rid of these life-threatening diseases, no matter what barriers they may face. Because of your support, St. Jude can provide children cutting-edge treatments not covered by insurance and at no cost to their families.
That's right. When St. Jude opened in 1962, childhood cancer considered largely incurable. And since then, St. Jude has helped push the overall survival rate from about 20% to over 80%, and they won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
And it's an amazing goal, and it's one that's being reached, and the goal does it get farther away? Well, it's far away for those that have not been able to be cured. Not everybody is cured, but because of the runners that we have here, running 22,500 of them, that's what makes all of this happen. Maddie Gardner is live down at the start-finish line, and she's got two lovely people waiting to tell us their story. Right, Maddie?
Some lovely folks who just finished the 10K race. I'm here with Charlie Rowan and Kara Alford. How are you ladies feeling?
Great. It was great.
We got to see you cross and we were like, they look so joyful. I have to talk to them and see what it's about. So how many years have you been running the St. Jude Memphis Marathon?
This is our first.
Yeah. And yours
Oh, wow.
as well?
Yes.
Why did you decide this was the year 2024, we're lacing up and we're doing this?
Well, this is my third year living in Memphis, so I go to school right down the road at SCO, and I'm in first line contact with their patients and parents, and we always do an SCO team here. And I said, it's a bucket list item for Memphis to do, and I said, I'm going to do it. And then I said, what do I want to do with anyone else but my mom? And she said, let's do it.
So are you from Memphis as well, or did you fly in for this?
No, I'm from Flowood, Mississippi.
Okay, so you took a little drive up to Memphis to run. And tell me what the training process was like for your first 10K.
No training. Woke up this morning.
Do it. Go big or go home.
Well, that is an inspirational message. You know what? We've never run before, but why not do a 10K for the kids?
Exactly. They go through so much every single day, and you know what? That's the least we can do.
I love that. So tell me the best part of the race, being out here with your daughter, Kara.
Yes, just being with her in such a wonderful atmosphere, such kind people, and such joy for such a good cause. It was just amazing.
What about you? What was the best part of the race?
The same. I love just seeing all the people cheering everyone on the sidelines, and the music, and just cheering everyone on was just amazing.
Well, it was so great to see you both across the finish line. Congratulations on finishing the 10K. If you look right between me and Charlesy, you can see they have the finish line ready for our half marathon runners coming through. Carrie and Charlesy, what's your message to everyone out there watching to support St. Jude?
Just please come do this. It's such a good cause, and you will be blessed by it more than you'll realize.
Same. And do this, because if you think you can't, I promise you can. No training needed, because we did it. If we did it, you can do it.
Well, Jarvis and Carrie, I feel like we should just run next year. We can run and broadcast at the same time, right?
No.
No.
Camera out there? No.
No.
My knees won't allow me to do it. That's too many surgeries from football.
I'm too lazy.
No, that's just
Carrie
tremendous.
does not run.
That's tremendous. And she mentioned that she mentioned she went to school at SEO. That's Southern College of Optometry, just up the street from here in Midtown, and in the medical center. And her mother, they obviously have done some running. Now, you don't just wake up and run a 10K.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that
I'm not going to wake up and do a 10K.
But that's it. It's amazing that they did it, and that's the inspiration that you get from coming up and seeing that, hey, you hear about it. It is well publicized around town. St. Jude Memphis Marathon. Come take part. Come, get some people on your team. Donate to St. Jude. And that's what they do. And that's what gives them the inspiration. Even, if you just thought, well, maybe I like to run. Maybe I'll just do it. Do it. Try it. You might like it and you'll enjoy it. And you're doing something that's bigger than yourself.
The mission is bigger than all of us. And this is the single largest fundraising event, single day fundraiser for St. Jude. More than $138 million since its inception in 2002, which is just an amazing number. As we said, kids and their families do not pay for treatment at St. Jude, but treatment is not free. They still have to find ways to fund all of those life-saving treatments and those cutting-edge treatments, and that's where you guys come in. And we want you to see the QR code at the corner of the screen, and make sure you donate today, because that's why we're here. That's why we are here doing this broadcast. We want people to continue to give to St. Jude, because we want to make sure that no child dies from childhood cancer.
That's right. As I said, my wife worked at St. Jude for 30 years, and she annually donates. She monthly donates. Had money taken out of her check to go to the hospital. That's giving back. It's what you need to do. It's what we all must do if you want to eradicate childhood cancer. Well, we're understanding now that the half marathon is going to end soon, so we will take a quick break right now, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have some results for you right here on the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon, presented by Juice Plus.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family. Finding cures, saving children. Family is how St. Jude started, and family is how we keep going.
In this family, every child deserves a chance to live their best life. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because that's what you do for family.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer. And globally, that number is even higher.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
As a national sponsor of St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway, we are supporting St. Jude's largest single event fundraiser. We donate all the flooring and tile for dream homes across the country. This places our Shaw Floors products inside custom homes and showcases the ability of flooring to transform a space.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the 23rd Annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Juice Plus. It is streamed live everywhere on Flow Sports. We had the Flow Sports co-founder and president Mark Floriani join us here a little bit earlier in this telecast, and he ran in the 10K himself, and he was just so excited to have a chance, and pushed his son in a stroller, and it was so excited to have a chance to take part in the marathon, not just as a presenter and putting it on his platform, but also as a participant runner and donating to St. Jude.
Yeah, and he mentioned that his favorite part and the most emotional part of his run was the run through the St. Jude campus, and I can't imagine going through. You've got doctors, patients, former patients, patients' families out there cheering you on, and really that's why we're all here, is we're making sure that St. Jude has all the funds they need to cure childhood cancer, and you can help do that too. Just take a look at the QR code in the corner of your screen. You can scan that on your phone, your smartphone. I know you're holding it, so you may as well go on and use it. Use it to scan that code and to donate to St. Jude today, because we want to make sure that we make this the largest fundraiser. It's already the largest single-day fundraiser that St. Jude has. We want to make sure that they exceed their expectations and make more money to help all those kids fighting childhood cancer.
Yeah, 22,500 registered runners this year. They've all been out on the course. They're all out there right now. We're just about to wrap up the half marathon. The guys that are running the marathon, they still got a ways to go. But
I'm tracking my friend here.
Okay.
And yeah, she is. Let's see. She is on mile 7.
Mile 7?
No, wait. She's, I don't know. I can't tell. But
well, if she's doing the half, she's about halfway through.
She's doing the half. So she is, she's running along there. She's slowed down a little bit, but I'm giving her a shout out because I'm up here instead of cheering her on. But that's the beauty of this thing, is we have so many people around Memphis cheering on these runners and making sure that they have the support they need along the race route, and they can get through this, because it's a chilly morning here in Memphis.
There's some 61 cheer stations, they're calling them, spread out around the course. That's people that are handing out water, people that are just giving encouragement and cheering the people on. We had Bill Seeley, who was the founder of Varsity Spirit, a local company, a Memphis company that ran the race today. He ran the 10K, and he pushed his child in a stroller, and he said, oh, it's so great. Oh, we're running through St. Jude, and he said he started to tear up. He was emotional, and then he got emotional in the other direction once he left the St. Jude campus. I still got 5 more miles to go. So, it's all kind of emotions that come out, but, it's a sacrifice to come out and run in the cold. It's a sacrifice to come out and run anyway, even if you like running, but you're doing it for more than just yourself.
Right.
You're doing it for the benefit of St. Jude. This operation, it's $1 billion a year operation. It takes that much money to run the hospital, the research it has. St. Jude has several people that have won Nobel Awards for their record-breaking cancer research to help, children with these previously incurable or thought to be incurable diseases. Now you're seeing the success rate come, and it all comes from the dollars that you donate. Again, you see the QR code on your screen. Donate now to help St. Jude in its mission to have no child die in the dawn of life.
Yeah, we talked about diseases back when it was established in 1962. We had about a 20% cure rate, but now the survival rate is up over 80%.
That's amazing.
So, it's just amazing. Your dollars are helping with that. But now we're going to go to Maddie. I believe we have a race winner. Do we have a race winner?
Half marathon winner is here with me, Burkett Maselli. Burkett, how are you doing right now?
I'm ready for a nap. Exhausted, but it was a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, so you finished 1 hour and 11 minutes. Does that sound right to you?
That's what I was told. I'll believe it.
How does that time for you?
That was first ever half, so I had no expectations. Wasn't even sure if I would finish, but I finished and actually won. So
your first ever half marathon. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you decide to come out here and do this today?
I had quite a few friends doing the full, and they kind of coaxed me into jumping into this just for fun. So we did, and we had a good time. They're still running, so I got to go support them in a bit.
What was your training like?
Easy miles, a few faster miles, maybe some strides. Nothing fancy. It's just for fun. Not too much, not too heavy.
Talk about the feeling when you finally rounded the corner and you could see the finish line.
I was like, thank God. I was full on lactic by the time I got up the hill, and just gave me a little hope when I saw the finish. And at least I looked good doing it. So that's a win.
I mean, you got the shades on, you look cool as a cucumber. You're like, this was nothing for me, my first half.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is my trademark. I wear it for any race, anything, indoors, outdoors, night, early. So it's my go-to just to zone in and just enjoy myself. So it's just what it is.
What were you telling yourself about halfway through?
Why'd I sign up? When we ran into the wind, I was like, oh my God, why'd I should have just stuck to hiding behind the guy that was leading for the first half. So, but I lived with the decision I made and finished and got in front of him. So it's a win. So it's a good thing. But no regrets. It was a good time either way.
Well, we're going to let you go rest and stretch out and get water and do whatever you need to do. But tell us why this cause for St. Jude is so important to you, Burkett.
I mean, I think there's not much to say besides, just supporting kids and at least the trials and tribulation that they went through, they're going through. So it's it's not a cause that you have to put too much thought supporting, and that's just how I saw it. So it's all it came to.
Well, congratulations. Thank you again for chatting with us. Our female finisher for the half marathon is finishing right now. She is crossing the finish line as we speak. We'll cheer her on, Burkett. Congratulations. There she goes, finishing the half marathon. Madison just crossed the finish line, and we got to see it live. Go rest, Burkett. Thank you so much.
Wow, Burkett, I'll tell you what, what a flex it is, not only to finish first in your first half marathon, but also look cool doing it with the shades
he looked
on.
cool with the shades, and he said, oh, it's no big deal. No big deal. Just decided to do it,
No, he looks like a runner. So he said several of his other friends are running in the full marathon. He said, how are your friends doing? Oh, well, they're still running.
They're still running.
I'm out.
My friend is still running too, but I'm cheering her on from the desk. So.
Well, and you see, all kinds of people are out here. It doesn't matter size, shape, whatever it is. People are out here. They're doing either some are walking some walked in the 5K and the 10K, and then you have your runners, and he looks like a dedicated runner. Of course, he said he had his trademark. Maybe I ought to catch up with Varsity Spirit and they can work a deal with each other.
Maybe that's why we're struggling. We don't have the sunglasses.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And you know, one thing about all the events and things that we've seen around this, it has a single-minded purpose, and that's to help St. Jude. And you know, at St. Jude, it's not just about the cure. The cure is not enough, really. The primary goal is to identify and track the long-term effects of what the cancer and its treatments. You know, there's all kind of treatments, from radiation to chemotherapy, and what that does to the body and how you respond to it. And they're tracking all that stuff in ways to try to improve treatments for the kids at St. Jude in the future and help survivors enjoy longer and healthier lives. And that's one thing that has been a goal from the beginning. Not just find the cure, but try to improve your quality of life after it, not just for the families, but also for the children themselves. And it's just really something to see that the survivors, once they take in part in the St. Jude Life program, it's a one-of-a-kind research study that brings former patients back to St. Jude for regular health screenings. And you know, health screenings mean so much. You don't just, oh, you're cured and that's it.
Right.
No, you got to come back and keep coming back. And these screenings, they go throughout their adult lives. Take a look at this presentation here.
Childhood is filled with so many incredible milestones, from a kindergarten graduation, going off to middle school, high school, or college.
Looking forward to getting married and having children of their own and eventually becoming grandparents one day, that beautiful cycle of life. These are milestones that all kids deserve.
I don't take for granted that without St. Jude, I wouldn't be alive today. I've had the privilege of having so many wonderful moments, being a mom to an incredible 16-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. So not only to have this second chance at life, but to also be able to pass on this gift of life, it brings me so much joy. Because when I was a kid, I didn't think I would survive my battle with cancer.
It's not lost on me, the weight and the beauty of every single milestone I've been able to hit in my life. This is something that we hope that every St. Jude patient can get to experience. So yeah, when St. Jude opened in the 1960s, the overall childhood cancer survival rate was 20%. So this was thought to be a disease that was impossible to survive. Now we're looking at a survival rate of more than 80%. So it's a disease that is very possible to survive. St. Jude Life is an extension of that. This is going beyond saying, hey, we're saving a child. What we're saying now is we're helping our children thrive.
I've now been a part of the St. Jude Life program for a little over a decade to be able to help share my survivor journey, because there are definitely challenges that I have to watch out for as a survivor. Some issues with auditory processing, some challenges with memory, bone density. But the wonderful thing about the St. Jude Life program is that I have support. Together we can make it better, the treatment and the experience for the next patient that's going to come in behind us.
Now we're kind of seeing that first generation of long-term survivors, so it is important for us to study this, because this is all new knowledge that we then get to share worldwide so we can help kids around the globe.
We come together to make sure that these families can have these moments of celebration and love and joy together.
You know, without St. Jude, Lindsay and I wouldn't be here. We're so thankful for that. And they gave us a beautiful milestone in our life.
It was so wonderful to be able to celebrate this milestone for us here at St. Jude, to be at the place where we thought we wouldn't survive and got a second chance at life, and then this happily ever after. It was incredible.
To pronounce you as husband and wife. Joe, you may kiss your wife.
Lindsay made me pause at one moment and look out. She said, look at all these people who are here for us. These were people who were here for some of our most important milestones, you know, whether it was getting out of bed for the first time from surgery to finishing up treatment. It was a wonderful day to share with some of the most important people in our lives. Supporting the St. Jude Life Clinic, It means the world because, you're supporting not only kids when they walk through the doors, now you're supporting the kids as they come back as grown-ups and move into adulthood.
And I look forward to the day that together we can make sure that every family that comes to St. Jude has a lifetime of opportunities to look forward to.
What an amazing story. Patients that actually got married and they have children of their own. And it's one thing that, you think of other kids and you see them as just kids. No, these kids grow up, and that's what the Life program, St. Jude Life, is about. So they can have quality of life after going through such a, catastrophic thing as having cancer at, young age, infants, toddlers, teenagers, to be able to go on. I can recall the story of one young lady that came from Central America that was said, you need to go to St. Jude. She came to St. Jude. She went through all the protocols, lost her hair, all the chemo and all this, and came back and ended up staying in Memphis and went to one of the colleges here, CBU, and now she's a politician here, and so she's giving back and also has been a researcher at St. Jude. There are so many stories just like that.
There really are, and I've been fortunate enough to meet several St. Jude patients who have persevered and have come out on the other side, and it's just amazing to see the smiles and the hope that St. Jude gives to not only the patients but the families of these patients. It's really amazing, and it's heartwarming.
They talk about coming out on the other side. Let's go back to Maddie Gardner down at the race at the finish line, where she had someone we saw finish, I believe, the half marathon, the first female winner. Is that it, Maddie?
Yes, it is. We watched Madison cross the finish line live last time we checked in with you, and now we have her here with us. Madison Dominy, your female half marathon first place finisher. Your time was 1 hour, 21 minutes.
Yes, yeah.
And that's an improvement from the last time?
It is. Last time I ran 1:22, and I wasn't expecting to improve today, but I'm thrilled.
So if you weren't even expecting to improve, were you expecting to win?
No, I wasn't. I think last time I was second, and I was surprised at that. And so first shocked me today, but I had fun.
Well, we are also excited for you. How are you feeling right now that the race is over?
I'm feeling definitely much better than I did when I was running, but I'm feeling great. It's great to be out here just running and with an amazing crowd of spectators and people supporting a great cause.
Your second time running here at the St. Jude Memphis Marathon. Why did you come back for year two?
I just loved it so much. Like I kind of hinted to a second ago, the spectators are amazing for everyone that's out here. And just to come out and support such a great cause while you're at it and running and doing something you love is always great.
And you're coming from Kentucky?
Yes.
But you've been training for a couple weeks now, I'd imagine.
Yes, I have, yeah. And actually, like I said, kind of didn't get as much training in as I wanted to, so today shocked me, but I had a blast.
What did it feel like to run through that blue finish line today, Madison?
It was great. Honestly, I didn't know they would have the tape and everything and go all out, but it was really fun and just a good way to end a hard run.
What is the mindset as you're running more than 13 miles? What are you saying to yourself to pep talk all the way to the finish line?
I think for me personally, it's just kind of trying to stay calm. Like sometimes I look down at my watch and I'm like, oh, I'm running fast and I still have like 10 miles to go. But it's just kind of staying calm and looking around and enjoying everything and not getting all caught up in the pace and the time and how much you're hurting.
And something we've heard all morning long from runners is the special moment when you get to go through St. Jude's campus. What was that like for you?
It was great. It was great. I mean, it kind of emotionally kind of takes you back a little bit. But I remember I looked over and I locked eyes with a little girl and her mom, and I was already hurting by that point, but I waved over at her and we just kind of had a cute little exchange, and it really touched my heart.
I bet it touched her heart and her mom's heart as well, Madison. For folks out there who maybe are thinking about running the Memphis Marathon or the half next year, what's your message to them?
I would say definitely do it. It's great. I had a blast. I know so many other people in this community also have a blast doing it or just spectating it. So even if you're scared, just take a step out there and do it and support this great cause while you're at it.
And do you think we'll see you here next year?
I don't know. Maybe. It's really possible. I think I might be back.
1 hour, 20 minutes?
Maybe. We'll see.
Says me, who's running like a 15-minute mile at this point. So, I'm very impressed. Madison, thank you so much for taking some time. What's next for you for the day to recover?
I'm going to hang out with my family. My aunt and uncle and my cousins live here, so just kind of hang out and relax with them.
All right, thank you so much. Goodness, it's so inspirational to talk to these runners who finished the race, the reason behind it, but especially to hear like what's going through their mind when they're running such long distances.
It is really crazy to think that, I didn't think I was going to win, and you win.
And then you win.
And this is only her second time. So we had the male winner. It was his first time to run it, and he won it. So I don't know. Maddie, you think you might want to be a first-time winner sometime? You come back next year? I don't know if Maddie can hear me, but, maybe when you come back next year, you could be a first-time participant. What do you think?
We'll see. So currently I'm 30 weeks pregnant, so no running for me right now. But maybe next year, me and baby girl can get the stroller out and train for the 5K or something like that.
That's amazing. You talk about trooping it. That is a trooper.
That's a trooper,
out here, 30 weeks pregnant. We thought, it's right here by AutoZone Park. We got to get the catcher's mitt ready because you never know. But Maddie, when you look at it, you've seen the male winner and the female winner, and they're coming. They talk to you like they just a walk in the park. How is that possible?
Right. I mean, they look incredible. Madison looks beautiful. She hasn't even sweat, I think, this morning. So it's wild to me that they just finished such a rigorous and grueling race. I mean, incredible.
I know, Maddie. It's incredible. Thanks to Maddie Gardner out there. She's been our race correspondent on the course all morning long. And like I said, a true trooper. 30 weeks pregnant. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine at all.
No.
But we appreciate you, Maddie, for being out there. Hopefully we'll get some more as we go along. But, we've been talking about, the runners are out here. They're giving their time. They're also donating money. We've seen several teams come out and run together and raising money. We had a little bit earlier, Maddie interviewed someone that said that a grand total they had raised more than $160,000 for St. Jude. Every dollar helps. It doesn't matter how small the contribution is. I believe that most St. Jude contributions that are sent in by mail are average around $10 to $15.
Right.
And that's for $1 billion operation yearly.
But just think about it. If every person gave $10 to $15, $5.
If every person gave, that means that much more work can go into research and patient care and helping people deal with this catastrophic illness of childhood cancer, and also the fact that the way that you have to have support staff, and it's not just the doctors and the researchers, it's the nurses and the other people that in the people food service. Everything that's needed to go in and putting on an operation like this. It takes a whole village, and that village grows and grows more and more each year.
That's right. And we have someone coming up who I think I know who it is. It's one of the most important people at ALSAC who is keeping this village going.
Yes.
And we're going to talk to him coming up after a short break. Stay with us. The 23rd annual Memphis-St. Jude Marathon, streaming live on Flo Sports.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family: finding cures, saving children.
In this family, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? Yeah, hard.
Oh, you know we got it. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. Let's go. Oh, you know we got it. Let's fight. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
And welcome back to Flow Sports coverage of the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon. 22,500 runners registered here today in downtown Memphis. We had a 5K, we had a 10K, we had a half marathon. The full marathon is going on now, running all through the streets of Memphis, down by the river, and through the St. Jude campus. And speaking of the St. Jude campus, a large part, the biggest part of St. Jude joins us right now. We've got the CEO himself of ALSAC, the fundraising arm of St. Jude, Mr. Rick Shadiak. Rick, we appreciate you joining us here on set.
Jarvis, good
and
to see you. Hi,
we're
Carrie.
neighbors on Mud Island, and it's nice to see that the weather cooperated today. It was a little chilly, but it's turned out great for all the runners. You're a runner yourself. This would have been a fantastic day to run the marathon.
I ran a little bit already today, and the weather's cooperating. People are having a great time. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day in downtown Memphis.
Now, of course, the name Shadiak is synonymous with ALSAC in St. Jude because your father, I believe, turned the first spade of dirt at the hospital along with Danny Thomas when he had the dream to St. Jude Thaddeus that no child should die in the dawn of life.
Yeah, Jarvis, I think about that a lot and what that founding generation, the chances that they took and to do things in the 1950s before there was the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital to try to raise the money for a startup hospital in Memphis, Tennessee, telling the world that we were going to make sure that this was the first fully integrated children's hospital in the South, and then opening our doors in 1962 to kids of all races, creeds, and religions, and then taking out all the economics. No family will ever receive a bill from St. Jude, not for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so mom and dad can focus on helping their children live. And that's why 22,500 people are running today. They're running so we can stay true to that foundational promise.
And we've been talking all morning about, the patients don't pay for treatment, but this is not free treatment. It costs money to operate St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
It's a couple of billion, that's with a B, folks, a couple of $1 billion to operate and to build St. Jude. And we're on a massive expansion of our mission, all to benefit kids and to find cures and save more children's lives.
I remember as a kid seeing the original hospital when it opened with the little round building and the four wings off to the side, and now you wouldn't even recognize if you were to come back in a time capsule and take yourself out and see what the hospital is now, how it's expanded. And I think we start out with 100 and some employees now. There's more than 3,000.
I can't even be employee-wise. Oh, we're probably between the two institutions closer to 8,000.
8,000.
Wow. And let's just remember too, your wife,
yes,
Emily Greer, who was my number 2 for most of my career at ALSAC, she contributed absolutely mightily to the work done at St. Jude.
It's amazing the number of buildings that are on campus. 2 are under construction now, and the third, I believe, has just been okayed. And what's going to be in that third tower that they're building?
That'll be a research tower. So it'll be about 16 stories dedicated to finding cures for kids all around the world. And the other 2 towers that are being built right now, and they've been capped off, two 15-story towers. The first one is an outpatient care center. All of that will be assembled under one roof. And then a clinical and administration office building attached right to it so the doctors can be very close to their patients.
Now, it's St. Jude, if I could just say real quickly, is like, okay, you think about the hospital, right? And you think about, where the actual patient care is going on. But also ALSAC, the fundraising arm, is you wouldn't have the hospital without the fundraising arm and how they work together. And also with them raising the money, we see on your screen right now, you can see the number of sponsors that are involved in helping make the St. Jude Memphis Marathon a go. And of course, Juice Plus is our presenting sponsor, but look at the other sponsors, FedEx and others that have really come in and given their time. And Flow Sports streaming this event now live across the nation so people can see and join in the effort for St. Jude.
Yeah, St. Jude is a movement, Jarvis. It's a movement. It's a global movement. You see all these corporate sponsors. We're blessed to have them, but we've got 12 million supporters, 11 million donors, a million volunteers that help us all across the country to execute events. But, the public has to support St. Jude. So I mentioned that the hospital budget is well more than $2 billion a year. 89% of that money has to be raised. That means donations have to come in. And no donation is ever too small. No. And, we thank all of our heroes that are running today. And nobody gets a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so mom and dad can focus on making sure their child survives.
I mentioned earlier about if people have a chance to go and tour the hospital, it's unbelievable the spirit that lives in that building. You see it every day. Can you give people kind of a snapshot of what it's like in the hospital? It's not gloom and doom there.
No, not at all. I mean, I hear all the time and I experience it. It's actually a happy place. I mean, it's a place where you don't really want to be, right? But it's a very, very happy place. It's a family place. It's a welcoming place. It's a place of collaboration. It's a place of innovation. It's a place of hope. It's a place of light after some really dark news that you've been given, and it's a family. That's what it is. That's the environment and the atmosphere at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's very unique.
Yeah, it's really something to go over there. Anybody that's gone over there has been moved. I know that a lot of the NBA teams that come through town, they make it a point to go and visit the children at St. Jude. When the Liberty Bowl, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl is played, both the teams that come in, they come in and they see. And you're talking about big strapping athletes, and they're and they see that they're really just taken aback and introspection, knowing that, this could have been me, or I am blessed. It really makes you count your own blessings when you see, what other people have to go through.
St. Jude provides a lot of perspective every day. It makes those of us that are blessed with good health or with kids with, our kids that are healthy and things like that. I mean, perspective means a lot, and a lot for us to be thankful for, to be grateful for. And, Jarvis, we just had the University of North Carolina over there. We had the University of South Carolina Gamecocks, the women's Gamecocks.
Team, Dawn Staley
we had a
great
tournament here. We're going to try to do that again next year. Everybody came to Memphis to enjoy everything that this great city has to offer.
And we talked about the people in Memphis come out for this event. Talk about the community and the spirit of this community, not only coming out for this event, but for everything St. Jude related.
Carrie, you can't do events like this without community support. 4,000 volunteers right now, 4,000 volunteers. And then that takes place all during the year as well. And then, I want us to think about also the economic impact that this event has on Memphis. $54 million, because 22,500 people, they don't come alone. They bring their boyfriends and their girlfriends and their husbands and their wives and their moms and their dads and their kids, and they go out to the restaurants and they go out to the bars and they enjoy all the cultural amenities that we have in our great city. So you put all that together, and it's $54 million economic impact on our city.
It's unbelievable, and you see some of the people crossing the finish line.
Look at that.
It's just right outside the Peabody here. We're going to take a look at some video from the Peabody that we found. And how does it make you feel when you personally, obviously you're a Memphian here, you're living here, and you see all these people. How does it make you feel to know that all of these people here are supporting St. Jude and the fundraising efforts?
My heart is just filled with gratitude. It makes me very emotional, to be perfectly honest, Carrie. And I look back here, and this is the best of the United States. This is the best of the world. Oh, come on.
I think you've got a plaque
Elvis
here. Along with Elvis.
Now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's not quite your plaque, but There we go. I mean, talk about that a little bit.
Well,
That's got to be an amazing feeling.
The Bells family, Jack Bells and his kids, are dear friends of mine and of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
And they restored the Peabody back to
and they're the owners
elegance.
of the Peabody, and they were dear friends of my father as well. And they were kind enough to say, you do a few things for the community, and we'd like to recognize what
you've done more than a few things.
I got a great team, and we do it all together. It's all about but look at this. There's nothing better than this. And, there's a lot of negativity in the world right now. There's a lot of polarization. I don't see any of it here.
None.
I see nothing but positivity and unity, and it speaks volumes about when people can put aside their differences, come together, be united around a common cause.
Right.
You can make a tremendous difference in the world. That's what I think this is all about.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask you about is you guys are from Washington, D.C. originally, and your father was a high-powered lawyer. I mean, and how did he get involved with Danny Thomas in making this dream come true in Memphis, Tennessee?
Thank you for asking me that, Jarvis, because I'm so proud of my mom and dad. So Danny Thomas, our founder, Danny Thomas, went around the country asking people that were Lebanese and Syrian to help him. He was Lebanese, very proudly Lebanese, and my family is Lebanese as well. And my dad received a phone call to meet Danny Thomas in a bowling alley in Washington, D.C., and to bring a couple of his friends. And he did, and Danny Thomas made this pitch to him. Context is really important here, because my dad was 29 years old.
Oh, wow.
It's about the same age as you, Jarvis.
Right.
Yeah,
29, I can say that.
49 years ago.
Yeah, Jarvis and I are the same age, so I can say that to him. 29 years old, okay? And he was a Department of Justice lawyer. That means he's a government lawyer. He wasn't making any money. And my mom and dad had just had me, okay? So they had no money. And he said yes. And I'm so proud that my parents said yes. And it was to say thank you to God and the United States of America for giving my grandparents the opportunity to come to this country and to make a life. And then the rest is history, and my dad was blessed to go on to enjoy great success, and ultimately he served this mission for over 50 years, and he was the CEO of ALSAC for 13 years as well, and board chair of both.
He's the one that hired my wife, took a chance on bringing somebody in, a woman of color, to be in a position at this operation that has really grown, and it's something that you talk about giving back. There's no more giving back than what your family has done.
Well, we do it together, Jarvis. My father told me many times that one of the best hires he ever made was Emily Greer, your wife, and I second that, and that's why she was my number 2 for almost all of my tenure.
That's the best hire he made, too.
I think he outkicked his coverage.
Totally.
There's no question.
No. So what brought you back into the fold now? Because you were still in D.C. while everything was going on here.
Yeah, I was a practicing lawyer in D.C. I practiced law there for 27 years, but I was on the board. I was doing events for St. Jude, and I was on the board, and ultimately I became the chairman of the board, and then we lost our CEO. So we started a search, and then kind of the rest. I threw my name in the hat. Who knew, and they took a chance on a lawyer from Washington, D.C., and here I am today, 15 and a half years later.
You mentioned the new research tower that's going up. What else? What's next for St. Jude?
Well, we will definitely be building that. So the current capital project is over $1 billion itself. So the outpatient care center and the clinical office building's about $1 billion. The research tower will probably be between $850 and $900 million. We have to build something that's it's not one of the most favorite things to build. It is a parking garage. We got to build a big parking garage because we've got lots of employees.
8,000 now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
So they have to find places to park. So we'll be building that on the other side of Danny Thomas, and then we're going to build a new cafeteria because we've outgrown the current cap.
Yes, and everything about it, the runners coming in and doing what they do, they make all of this great, and they make it has to be so fulfilling for you as a legacy to St. Jude and what they do at the hospital, to see all these people, 22,500 runners come out, all the volunteers that come out and to put this event on and make it such a success, not just for themselves, but for the larger goal of the hospital.
It all starts with a mission, right? But the experience matters. course. If the experience isn't cool and moving and emotional and really fun, people aren't going to come back. And these are people that come back every single year. This is a family reunion. I see more and more people that have done this 5, 10, 15 years in a row. That's what makes this special.
Okay, I know we appreciate you coming by to sit with us for a while, but I know you got to get back on the course.
I'm going to get on the course and I'm going to run through the finish line with a couple St. Jude patients. How about that, Carrie?
That's a good deal.
Join me?
No. Okay. And no, I will be there in spirit.
Okay.
I will be there in spirit, but I have one more question. We'll put you on the spot. Do you have a favorite memory from the St. Jude Marathon or St. Jude in general? Just a favorite memory.
Well, look, I have incredible experiences. My favorite memories of this event will always be running through the finish line with these St. Jude patients. And you know, I've run through that finish line with kids that have battled a brain tumor and were not even supposed to walk, let alone run again. And I've run through the finish line with people that have battled leukemia. These are incredible kids, and their strength and resilience is remarkable. So it's so humbling. It's deeply moving, and my heart is always filled with gratitude. And so that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go run with Tyler,
Very good.
who's in college at Ole Miss now, knocking it out of the park.
Unbelievable.
And he's run the full marathon before this year. I called him a slacker. He's only running a half marathon. He's not a slacker, folks. This kid is amazing. So
it's just been amazing. It's been great having you here, Rick Shadiak, CEO, Chief Executive Officer of ALSAC St. Jude. It's the fundraising arm of St. Jude. When you write those checks, it goes through ALSAC and then goes to the hospital and all the things that you've seen built here. That's the reason why all these runners are here today. St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend, another successful weekend, wanting to raise $16 million. Let's hope we can do it. It was $15 million last year, and we will hope we can break that record. Let's go to a break right now. We'll be back with more on the St. Jude Memphis Marathon, presented by Juice Plus and streamed live on Flow Sports.
As a national sponsor of St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway, we are supporting St. Jude's largest single event fundraiser. We donate all the flooring and tile for dream homes across the country. This places our Shaw Floors products inside custom homes and showcases the ability of flooring to transform a space.
Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
A beautiful day in downtown Memphis, Tennessee, the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Juice Plus and streaming on Flow Sports. Nate, we head down to Maddie, who is standing by on the finish line with another finisher.
Dwayne Miller, Caroline McDonald.
Hey there, guys. I'm here with someone who may be a familiar face if you're watching on WMC Action 5 News. Griffin DeMary just finished your first half marathon.
I did. I am exhausted. But it was so much fun. It was so cool. Yeah, coming across that finish line with everyone else was just like, you turn that corner and come down Union, and it's just like I have to sprint. I'm almost there.
I saw you really putting in the work there at the end. We were looking for your bib number, so we got to grab Griffin, and you were booking it.
I was. I mean, you reach like the 10-mile mark, and you go through like St. Jude where the hospital is, and it just gives you like a second wind. Everyone standing there with the hospital in the background. It's just, I don't know. You're tired around 10, and then you get that second juice to come all the way around. It's cool.
Okay, so this was your first time running a half marathon. You had a time goal in mind. How did you do?
I did. I wanted 2 hours, and I finished in an hour 41. So ended up kind of killing that time that I wanted to, so I'm thrilled about that. Yeah, legs were feeling good. Thank God it warmed up because I hate the cold. So.
Well, I told Griffin, I said, well, you can go run another 5K and still get your time in.
I think I might be able to have a hard time moving from this position right here. I think I'm like stuck.
And I offered him a seat, and he said, if I sit down, I'm not getting up, guys.
No chance. I can't have anything yet. I got to take some more steps first.
Well, we're very impressed to see you crossing the finish line and here standing. What was the catalyst to run this year?
I mean, when I moved to Memphis, St. Jude is just such an integral part of this community. So I'm a big runner. I run in my free time all the time. So I thought, what better way to maybe give back? And I was able to raise close to $1,000 too this year. So kind of just raising money for a good cause. I mean, I could put myself through 13 miles with everything these kids go through every day.
And I know that one of your colleagues, Joe Birch, was also running this race. Have you tracked Joe's bib? Do we know where he is?
Joe said he was walk/running, so I don't know where that exactly entails. I would have guessed maybe like mile 6, mile 7, but he's done this like 20 times. So, I mean, I feel like he deserves to walk/run.
That would be my plan as well. Walk/run. We'll keep an eye out for Joe and make sure we grab him when he crosses the finish line. Okay, looking back on the last 13.1 miles, what was going through your mind and what are you feeling right now?
Going through it at first, I'm like, dang, this is going to be really long. Like, I hit mile 3 and I was like, I'm already like huffing and puffing. And then you just like, I don't know, you get into a groove with everyone running together. And like I said, around mile 10, you feel kind of dead. And then they run you through like around the hospital. And that really gives you that like second juice that you need. They got music going. Everyone's there cheering you on. I mean, without the fans, I would not be able to do 13 miles without people standing there. So definitely the fans giving you that juice takes you over the top.
Yeah, and 60 cheer stations stationed throughout the course. It certainly helps a little bit. You are so used to covering this community and being a part of Memphis. What does this morning mean to you and mean to the city?
I mean, this is incredible for the city. You look around, you have 22,000 runners, and then even more people just standing there cheering. People are coming out at the crack of dawn before the sun's even up just to wave a towel or ring a bell. Like, it shows how much people really do care about each other here. And I think that's maybe a slept-on part of this city. You hear about all the other things, all the other challenges that we have, but this is Memphis at its best, and this is a shining light for what this city is.
Well, we are so glad we caught you as you cross the finish line, Griffin. Guys, I saw a sign over here that said on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 13.1. So, Griffin, today you are a 13.1.
Feeling really good about that.
To have Griffin DeMary in Memphis. He's been here about a little bit more than a year now. Of course, he's covering sports at WMC Action News 5. That's our former station.
Yes.
Carrie and I, Jarvis, Greer, Carrie Anderson. I was there for 43 years. You were there for 16. We had to do a working covering the Memphis Tigers and the Memphis Grizzlies and all over the country. doing all kind of
My first
things.
marathon, covering my first marathon.
Yeah, now we got the band back together
That's
for
right.
that. And it's just been such a great thing. And it really shows how, the effect and the impact of this city and St. Jude that it has on the people, the newcomers to town, the new Memphians.
Right.
As they see that, oh, wow, this is something I can do and I can help. And, it's not so much about, a lot of people run marathons for the prize. I'll get the prize, but people run this marathon because they get to give back. They're raising money for something else.
Right.
And you get the St. Jude bib. Now, that's something that, you earn that by running in the races. And that is something that's coveted around any marathons or any road races anywhere, around the world even, to say that you participated like all the runners you see here that have run in this race. And I can commiserate with Griffin Demaray a bit when he says, if I move, I'm not going to move. If I stop, this is where I am. Because once you do this, man, it's hard to run a race like this. But you put yourself through this because it's for a good cause like it is.
Right. I don't think anybody's doing this for the medal. And they're not doing it to say, I ran a marathon. They're doing it for the kids, and that's why everyone is here. That's why we are here doing this broadcast, because we want you to donate. Check out the QR code at the bottom of the screen. You've got your phone. I know you do. Get your phone out, scan that QR code, and make sure that you give any little amount. Every amount counts, and every amount will help with the treatment of childhood cancer at St. Jude.
Yeah, we've got another package that we're going to go through. I'm not sure if I've got the right one up. It's 049, right?
I got it. We got Thompson's parents received his devastating eye cancer diagnosis. St. Jude helped make the impossible possible. And now Thompson, known as T-Nash, to his family and friends, is living a normal life of full of family, friends, and baseball.
6 months old, and he was diagnosed with bilateral retinoblastoma, and that is cancer of the eyes. We did not know what journey we were about to be facing. We knew it was going to be a long one. Our hearts were broke. Our world was shattered, but St. Jude made the impossible possible with the love and the care that they gave our family.
From travel costs to housing, to food, to treatment, medicine, any of that stuff, we have not received a bill for, thankfully, which allows us to kind of just free our minds and worry about our son.
We had 11 chemo treatments. They wanted to save Thompson's eyes at all costs, but they would see that it was still not getting any better in the left eye. So in 2017, when he was 4, we decided to remove his left eye, and that was hard, but we knew it was best for Thompson. He rocked that, and just like he does within everything and every bit of his life.
He's a wonderful kid. He's a fighter. You would think that a child with one eye would have some difficulty playing baseball, but that's something that he's very good at a young age. That's just not a dad saying that. That's someone that's been around baseball his whole life, and to see a disability not get in the way of a passion is pretty awesome.
It's not just about beating the cancer. It was just so much more with St. Jude. Because of St. Jude, we're here today, and he's thriving.
Is that an incredible story or what? One eye
All
and
of these
coming out and
stories
playing baseball. And,
Every single one of them are incredible.
you can overcome obstacles in life, but you have to have help. And these kids that come through the hospital here, they need all the help that they can get for something that, it's not their fault they got cancer.
Right.
It's nobody's fault if you get some disease that, comes down and takes over your body. But the people that are coming and running in this event, the volunteers that are helping, they know that whatever little bit that they can do is huge. Nothing is too small. Everything that you do. We had, Rick Shadiak, the CEO, come on. He said he's run some of these, and back when he was a real avid runner. But there's only so many that you can do and still run the hospital,
Sure.
especially on this day. And you've had other runners come. Griffin Demeray said he raised about $1,000. What? That's great. That's absolutely fantastic. Guy just got here, man. Dude just got here, working up the street at Channel 5, said, oh, St. Jude, man, I've heard about that. Anywhere you go in the world, you will see one of those St. Jude commercials. Mm-hmm. You pop it on in your hotel room. There it is. There's always something that talks about the hospital and the need and puts the children first. And you have to have that because that lets people know that, hey, look, we're here. We have this problem we are trying to solve, and we need your help. And fortunately, people are willing to help.
It's very much a source of pride, I know, for all of Memphis to have this worldwide organization that is leading the way in the treatment and hopefully the cure of childhood cancer. And I know that anywhere I've been outside of the country, I have seen, when you wear your St. Jude logo, people all around the world they know the St. Jude logo. And that's really, like I said, it's a source of pride for all of Memphis, and something that we can all help. We can all help. Again, donate now. This QR code is right at the bottom of your screen. We've made it very easy for you. Every little bit helps, as Jarvis said, and no amount is too small. So do what you can. It is the season of giving, so please, this is a worthwhile contribution, and you're helping the kids all over the world, not just here in Memphis.
All right, when we look at it, we'll come right back with more of the 23rd Annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Juice Plus. Oh, that was our best stuff.
Do the Ravens have it this year? Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? Yeah, hard.
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. That dog. Oh, you know we got it. That fight. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
As a national sponsor of St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway, we are supporting St. Jude's largest single event fundraiser. We donate all the flooring and tile for dream homes across the country. This places our Shaw Floors products inside custom homes and showcases the ability of flooring to transform a space.
Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause.
「 Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
Hey, sports are better on the big screen. Head to your preferred device app store to download the all-new FloSports TV apps for Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, and Chromecast. Set your favorites, search our library of live and on-demand content, and so much more. Download the all-new FloSports TV app.
And, you know, we're so glad to have FloSports involved in live streaming this event for the first time to let people around the country know what's going on here in Memphis with the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon. And it's just not just about this one day,
right.
Although this one day is the single largest. Benefactor to St. Jude. $16 million is what they're expecting to have donated today to the hospitals. $15 million last year. $16 million is what they expect right now, and it's just an amazing sight as we've seen all the people coming out. You know, families with children, some people pushing their children in strollers around the route, and we've seen people dressed up as pandas and as unicorns, tigers, all kind of different things.
An elf.
You saw an elf?
I saw an elf.
Oh, elf is here. How about that?
Tis the season.
Yes, that's true. It is the season. It's also the birthday season, December 8th. Yeah,
7th.
December 7th. That's correct. You just had it. You were having your birthday.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jarvis.
You're getting younger.
Nothing. I'm getting younger. That's right.
Carrie Anderson getting younger every day. I think, you know, by the time we go off the air, I think you'll be in the infant stage.
Right.
But as we go along here, it's just amazing to see. As I'm looking out on BB King right now in the direction toward St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. There's still many people that have finished the race but are still just being downtown, taking in all the ambiance and all the excitement of having run in the St. Jude Marathon Weekend, and also, you know, the friendship. And as Rick Shadyac said, there's no hate, there's no bigotry, there's none of that going on today. We're all in here together on this.
Absolutely. I've been tracking a friend of mine who is running in the half marathon, and she should be crossing the finish line here shortly. So I think everyone in Memphis knows someone who has been with St. Jude, helped fundraise with St. Jude, and there's a reason for that. Yeah,
there's definitely a reason for that. And we've got a feature story coming back about Catherine. She was a young and healthy athlete coming up. She was playing Division III soccer, and then she was diagnosed with cancer. You know, that's just what you're young, you're healthy, you're running around, and in 2015 she gets diagnosed with cancer. She credits her family, her faith, and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for being the guiding forces in her life to bring in hope, to give her hope through her treatment and her whole entire journey through this disease. And now she embraces opportunities to give back to the hospital, like taking part in St. Jude's Memphis Marathon. This is the 23rd annual, and here's Cassie's story.
I was one of the best players in my class. I was playing at the top level. I was on my way up, but my basketball dreams shattered. I was just out of it. I just looked bad and I really felt bad. My mom took me to my doctor. Then my mom is kind of worried, so she goes out and talks to my doctor while I'm laying down on the bed. And when I wake up, we're at the gates of St. Jude. Two people walk in with white coats. He said, "You've been diagnosed with leukemia." I was like, okay, it's serious. I was groomed for basketball. Like that was me. It always came back to basketball. But the only question I asked was, how can I get better? What's the treatment? And how long will it take? I was basically dying. And they stepped in and saved my life. And I'm not the same person I was when I first went into this. I'm a better human being, individual, because I went through St. Jude.
The strive to basketball was still a dream of mine. Some of the treatments had damaged my knees, so I don't think I ever really just got it back to where it was. It just made me shift gears. I'm majoring in English, aspiring to be an artist. I still see myself, helping out St. Jude. They always kept in mind what my goals were and what I wanted, while also saving my life.
All right, welcome back. We've got some finish line action. I believe my friend is probably in that group right now. I've been tracking her the whole time, so that's been exciting for me to watch. And we want to bring everybody out. One of the reasons that we're here, the only reason we're here at the St. Jude Marathon streaming this wonderful event is due to Flow Sports. And now we have the president and CEO of Flow Sports. And thank you for joining us. And just tell us a little bit about Juice Plus.
Juice Plus.
Juice Plus, sorry.
There we go.
Sorry. It's been a long morning. And it's
Hey, we keep no secrets from our audience out there.
I know.
The global CEO of Juice Plus joins us right now, and it's like sometimes that when you're trying to work on the computer, the laptop freezes up, and it
my
says
brain
one thing and
froze
it's
up there
something
for a
else.
second.
Oh yeah, we both have had brain freezes.
Lost my
Juice
mind
Plus
there,
CEO, we are so glad to have you here, Travis Gardner. And is this? Tell us a little bit about how Juice Plus, which is a global brand, everybody knows about Juice Plus. How did the synergy with the hospital come together?
Yeah, it's interesting. Juice Plus has been donating since the very beginning. Since the race started, Juice Plus has been the title sponsor. And, our founder, Jay Martin, was so focusing on providing nutrition around the world. That's what we produce plant-based nutrition and have been doing it for over 20 years. And, you think about the foundation, he was so entrenched with the Memphis market. He thought, how can we give back? And it was just a natural fit for Juice Plus, providing better, healthier lifestyles for people around the world. We are in over 23 countries around the world. And this foundation has been just amazing. And today's been just amazing, and seeing all these people who are here from around the world who are participating and really truly giving back to really what's really important are these children at St. Jude. So very, very important.
I see your medal. You finished. You're a 5K finisher.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
got some hardware.
I finished. I've been traveling all over the world. I have not been training a whole lot, but there was so much encouragement out there from everyone who have been providing the support along the way. But it really was. What was really motivating is we were coming along and we were hitting that research center and where those kids were.
Oh yes, going through the hospital.
That was heartfelt. And you just could not slow down, no matter what. And you see those kids, and you see what those families are going through, and how much Memphis means to all of them around the world. And that's what's great about it, is this area comes alive. And I think Memphis really does need something like this to help show people around the world what this city's all about.
Yeah, it's really a great thing to have this. 22,500 runners descend on the city of Memphis, running through the streets of downtown, going out to Midtown, and then, of course, going through the hospital itself, going through the campus and seeing the buildings and seeing the places where the treatment centers and the housing centers where the families can come in and stay. And they say, what I'm doing here running and raising money that way, and my entry fee or whatever is going to help this. And that, like you said, when you went through, it just really gives you that extra, the boost to know that you're doing something bigger than yourself.
It doesn't mean, it's interesting because as you talk to people, they're donating in different ways, right? Some are big donors and some are not, and some are here in groups of people. We were at the Peabody Hotel this morning, and there are literally thousands of people walking around. People who had lost children.
Right.
Right? Lost children that were here. That was hard. That was hard to hear. And then you have people here who knew someone. And that's what it's all about, really, truly giving back to those people and helping those that youth out. And you never know. We never know. No. I mean, health is the new rich. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. And that's why we're in the business of nutrition. We know that as we age, it's even harder, and it's going to be hard for me to recover from this race. But no, it's a fantastic event. You see all of these runners back here, people supporting them, and I just can't thank all of our team at Juice Plus for what they've been doing. So many supporters, so many people around the world in our company who donate to this organization as well.
It's such a special morning, and when you look around, did you ever think that it would get to this level, this It's huge.
I don't think anybody could have ever thought that it would get to this point.
What was it, a couple of hundred runners when you started with this 23 years ago?
It's just amazing. But not only that, because we can't have everyone here from around the world in our company. So there are people in Australia, there are people in Germany, people in Israel who are participating in the St. Jude Marathon, but they're not really here, but they're here in spirit.
They do have a virtual run. You can do this virtually.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm virtually doing it right now. Right now.
Yes. Well,
You're
you know what's great about it?
Right.
Well, and you guys are doing some important things, but there really are people. We saw someone that was running, I believe, cycling in a wheelchair.
Right.
Wow.
A half marathon. That is just, I can't even imagine. And here I am running in a 5K. But, that's really what it's not all about. The marathon is here to help bring people together, and it surely has done a great job. I just want to say this. Rick, the
Shadiak.
CEO of the funding arm of St. Jude. Rick, if you're watching this, I just want to tell you and all of the ALSEC, the team that's putting this together, an amazing job and raising money here. It's just been really special to see what they've done. Several weeks ago, we had the chance to go tour the facility with Juice Plus. And Rick and Chris and the team were there to greet us. And we were walking around at the St. Jude Hospital, and there were 2 children there that we saw. We really couldn't say anything because they were, with their parents. But it was really something to see them. And, you don't know what those spirits are like and where they're at in their journey. But it was a reminder to all of us on what we can do.
Yeah, speaking of as we take a look at Elvis there, we always have Elvis running. We have several Elvises run in the
Elvis
the
lives.
Event. Yes, definitely, right here in downtown Memphis. And it's one thing, you mentioned about you going through the hospital, and you had and you were run through the hospital, and you had the heartstring tug there. What's amazing is like the St. Jude heroes that come, the people have had families, family members there at the hospital, they didn't make it. But they come back anyway to support you don't come back to something where, you had someone die or you're treated, you didn't like your treatment. These people come back because of the way they were treated. And no, it didn't work out for them. It's a tragedy, but they still come back because they want to see it work out for someone else.
Yeah.
And that's really the spirit that drives these people to come and participate in an event like that.
Yeah, we had someone, my wife Heidi and I are here. We flew in from Phoenix because we're commuting back and forth to Memphis. One of our what we call our independent partners at Juice Plus, her daughter just about 20 years ago passed away. Mm-hmm. She had a picture of her daughter from 20 years ago.
Wow.
And she was running today. You're right. She lost a daughter, but because of that support, they have come back all these years. And with the exception of COVID, all that support is still here. That's what I love about here, what we're doing here in this great country, and that we still have the land of the free and people can come here. That's what I love about it. And people are coming from all over. And, again, just big thanks to St. Jude for pulling this together and what everyone is doing to help support these children during tough times.
Well, and Rick Shadiak said earlier, it's just everyone's here for the same reason. There's no divisiveness, nothing. Everyone is here, and they're here for one reason.
It's a united front. I think people when they look at this and they see these medals, it's really, we can hang it at home, but we get to move on with our lives, and a lot of these people are not moving on. They're here for different reasons, and that's why we're here in a united front to help them out, and that's what's so great about this. I have to tell you guys, I feel so fantastic. I feel like I could go around that marathon with my mind.
With your mind, yeah. That's good. I'm going to do a mind run. There you go. Yes. I'm with you. We can mind meld on that. You talked about the fact that, well, first of all, your company, Juice Plus. What is it that, in how many ways as presenting sponsor, that Juice Plus, what does that exactly mean to the marathon?
Yeah, so what we have done is we have committed since the beginning of 2002. We said that we wanted to be on the front of this to say, hey, we are going to commit to this. In fact, we just signed up for another 5 years.
Great.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
you're here.
What it means is, I don't want to talk about the dollars that we put in, but Juice Plus has raised millions of dollars for Juice Plus, or for the St. Jude Foundation, and what we believe is with our partnership, as we talk with our employees, as we talk with our customers, they're donating as well. And what it means to us is not necessarily about the dollars. What we're saying for every product that's sold, for as we start to look at what we're doing with our company and how we're promoting this. You'll see it on our website. It's important to us. This, philanthropy is important for us. And when we start talking about the kids, even more so. And we, my wife and I, we've had 4 children, and we couldn't imagine what it would be like if we had this challenge. Now, my family growing up, we had an older brother that was severely handicapped, and he passed away early in life. And my parents and I took care of him for many years. We had to change his diaper. We had to rotate him. And people ask, what is it like to raise someone like that? What is it like? And you just don't know anything different.
Right.
And the families that are over at St. Jude at the hospital, you can imagine they're going through it. They're not going to change anything. That's their child. It's not anything different. That's just life, and they're going to go through it. And we have to support them. Many of us here and the people here, they can take the time. It doesn't take a lot to support these heroes that are out there. There's more that we can do. I think we can do. I really do believe that we can do much more to help them out.
That's one thing that's really good about the hospital is the fact that, you mentioned as a caregiver how difficult that is. Well, the caregivers for these children can actually be on site with them here at the hospital with several of the facilities that they have here and more to come, so that, you don't separate families. So they can stay together and be there for the treatment. And when that child is coming off a round of chemo or is going through radiation or whatever, they can be there with them. They've got mom and dad there as well as the teddy bear, to hold on to.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's great. And it's the dollars out here raised by the people in events like this, the St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend, that really help make all that possible.
Yeah. What's interesting, we were talking, I was traveling, I was in Berlin, Germany at one of our conferences, and I was listening to 60 Minutes, and they were talking about how the doctor, a doctor from the St. Jude was actually flying into Ukraine.
Wow.
That's right.
To help children who had cancer where they had no hope. And I think that's the important piece is hope. St. Jude is giving hope. And that's a powerful word. And I think for when we go into this holiday season around the world and we think about what we're doing in our own lives and we think about Christmas gifts and we think about buying gifts and how stressful it is, I think we're given hope in many ways, and it's such a powerful thing for us.
Juice Plus has been involved with this since the very beginning, as you said. For those who are thinking about doing it in the future, those who maybe have already completed their run today, thinking about next year, what would you say to those people who have it in their mind, maybe I should get out there and do this?
Yeah, it's the start that stops most people, and I would just say start. Get online, find a buddy, go to the site. When you think about giving people hope, it's just the start. Just get out there, start with a group of family members, friends. Take action today, and I think that's the most important thing. It really isn't that hard. In the big scheme of things, giving back and donating to a great cause is really not that big of a thing, and I look forward to a great future with St. Jude and this marathon.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us here, the CEO of Juice Plus.
Juice Plus. A
global company.
Juice Plus.
A global company. And we must admit. So do the runners, when they finish, do they get a little juice box with them?
Yeah, we'll definitely pass them on to everybody here. Thank you so much for your time.
Juice Plus.
We appreciate it. And as the runners wrap up the Memphis Marathon here, we want to say we'll be right back. Thank you, Mr. Garza. We appreciate it. Right back after this break.
With Juice Plus. Juice Plus.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family: finding cures, saving children.
In this family, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
It takes teamwork to find cures for children battling cancer. And it takes a team to raise the funds needed for this important work to continue. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. St. Jude Game Day is a great way to get your school involved in a meaningful tradition that reinforces the power of pride and spirit. By supporting and fundraising for St. Jude, you and your school are helping to ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. After you register, simply pick a home game and start planning your game day fundraising activities. St. Jude provides everything you need to get started and supports your event along the way. Since 2011, Varsity Brands has raised over $13 million for the St. Jude mission. Our partnership creates a lasting positive impact for students, school communities, and for the kids of St. Jude. Become a part of St. Jude Game Day. By raising funds, you raise hope.
I'll hold it.
I shouldn't look at the mic.
St. Jude Marathon wraps up here on such a beautiful day. It's a chilly day, but it's a beautiful day for runners here participating in the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon. And right down there where you see those runners coming in at the finish line, our own Maddie Gardner is there with some more runners who have just finished, or they've got something really good to talk about, right, Maddie?
We have so many good things to talk about, Jarvis. Actually, Carl Nelson just finished the marathon, the first place finisher from Kansas City, Missouri. So you had 3 cheerleaders here at the finish line. As Carl was crossing, I'm here with Nicole Lachère and Jackie Kennedy with Varsity Spirit. We all work together. We're all here to support St. Jude this morning and to cheer for Carl, I guess.
And all the runners.
Okay, we'll start with you, Nicole. You just finished the half marathon. How'd the race go today?
It was great, and the weather was a little bit cooler than I wanted it to be, but it ended up being perfect out there. Rolling hills for sure. It was a little painful for me, but I finished right around where I wanted to finish, around 2 hours, so I'm pretty happy with that.
This is not your first St. Jude Memphis Marathon. How many years have you been here?
This is my 14th. And trained for the year we had the ice storm, and also did one spontaneous one in the city of Memphis during 2020, but 14th official.
And you, of course, raise money for the race as well. How is your fundraising effort this year?
We do. I raise about $3,500, and I do it every year. I reach out to my family and friends and look for donations for this wonderful cause.
Incredible. All right, Jackie, you didn't run this year, but you're still a fundraiser. You're still a hero. How was your fundraising effort for 2024?
It was incredible. I raised $3,500. We're actually in a competition right now of who can raise the most money. So if anyone wants to donate to either of us, you can go to our heroes pages. But yes, every year I fundraise. I've run except for this year, but it's been just a great experience to be around every one of the runners, all of the kids doing this for everyone.
Okay, so you both work at Varsity Spirit. You've been there since the partnership with St. Jude began in 2011. Tell me a little bit more about the partnership and how Varsity Spirit helps St. Jude.
So the partnership started in 2011 as a letter writing fundraising campaign at our summer camps. From there, people in our office were like, what can I do? How can I do more? So we started an employee giving campaign. We have game days across the country at high schools where they can raise money. And then $40,000 our team raised for the marathon this year. So it just continues to grow every single year.
And as we learn more about Varsity Spirit, we also heard today about the fundraising effort at Friday Night Live at Cheer Sport National Championship. Nicole, what is that all about?
Yeah, that's in the club space for all-star cheerleaders across the country. Teams decide they're going to raise money all season long, and then there's a special exhibition competition where they get to perform their routine and talk about fundraising and talk about St. Jude. It's a great experience for the kids, and they really get a lot out of it.
And more than $1 million raised with Friday Night Live alone, and it's still going this year.
That's right, it's still going. They're going to keep raising money, and we're going to keep supporting the hospital.
That's awesome. How has the partnership evolved and changed in the past few years since 2011, Jackie?
It has grown tremendously. I think our office now is even right down the street from St. Jude, so we connect all the time. We always think about what we can do in the community here and for kids around the world. So I think that every time we think of something new, we're like, how can that integrate into our partnership with St. Jude?
And I think it's so special because, you know, our mission is to elevate the student athlete experience. And to be able to tell young people about St. Jude when they're just starting out and to get that, you know, spirit of fundraising, it's got to be meaningful to both of you.
Yeah. Well, we actually, for those of the people that don't know who Varsity Spirit is, we're based in Memphis for 50 years. We run cheerleading camps. There are 350,000 cheerleaders and dancers that come to summer camps that raise money for St. Jude. So it's an incredible experience for them. So not only do we have summer camps, but the competitions and just lots of opportunities for them to raise money for the hospital.
They're cranking walking in Memphis right now. But these folks are running in Memphis. Okay, Jackie, any last words to people who are maybe learning about the marathon for the first time or want to hear more about St. Jude?
Yes, two things. It is a marathon weekend, but you can do a 5K, you can walk, you can do a 10K, you can do a half marathon, you can do a marathon. There's a kids race, so there is a place for everyone here in Memphis during this weekend. It's an incredible weekend. It's all for the kids. No family pays for anything at St. Jude. No travel, no housing, no transportation. All they need to worry about is helping their kid live.
So important. And guys, the mission is clear with all of these runners who are walking in Memphis and running in Memphis today. Such a good experience. And then I can't believe we just got to see the marathon winner cross the finish line. He's actually right here. We're going to see if we can talk to him next.
Oh, that'd be great if we could get him. I think he said he's from Kansas City coming in, so they're coming in from all over the country to run this race. And I have to really feel for the runners right now because there is a wind coming in from the west. It's blowing right up Union Avenue, right on the end of the race route. So this is it's bone chilling right now, but they're still running. You can see them; they're really hoofing it coming in here to the finish line. So
I had to revert back to my scarf. I might have to put the hat on, but you know, we were talking earlier. I'm a member of the FedEx family,
right?
And we also we have a great program, the FedEx Purple Eagle program, and we're gonna hear about Micah, who I got a chance to meet earlier this year with the FedEx Purple Eagle, and he looks very familiar because if you were at the FedEx St. Jude Championship, you may have seen him with the plane that it was named in his honor, and today's runners will see that plane as they run through the campus of St. Jude. So Micah's parents and grandfather helped them find the light in these dark times.
St. Jude is the light in the darkness, the light in the fog, the light at the end of the tunnel, because you don't recognize light without dark.
Micah has always been so strong, and he would run literally for 3 hours and never stop. And that day we went and played 30 minutes, and he came back and said, "Can we go home?" And I noticed he looked a little pale. That was on a Tuesday. On Friday, he was diagnosed, and I can still remember how he looked that day.
Micah was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia at the age of 5, and he is currently being treated at St. Jude.
So when you first hear the word cancer, you think this is a nightmare come to life, and so we were pretty scared.
When we got to the hospital, it was extremely overwhelming because at that point it was a confirmation. It was like, we're actually here. This is real.
But as we got into St. Jude and started talking with the doctors, being informed by them helped us really breathe. And it lessened the blow, and it really encouraged us that it wasn't as dark and grim as we originally thought.
I knew that no matter what happened, we were going to be taken care of and it was going to be okay. And I decided to be strong so that he can be strong. But what was so funny is Micah actually became the strong one and we were leaning on him because he just took everything like it was okay. And so he was my sunshine. At this point, he is thriving and doing well.
And for us, it's really taken a huge burden off knowing that we don't have to worry about being in debt from medical expenses. For St. Jude to be able to do groundbreaking research and tender care and everything else that they offer, I mean, it really is an incredible thing.
For those that support St. Jude, they saved my son too. St. Jude wouldn't be able to do all those amazing things and give the families the freedom of not having to worry about all of the costs that come with it if it weren't for donors.
St. Jude is a tremendous blessing, not only to my family, but to children around the world. And you told me that St. Jude is the saint of lost causes. Because of St. Jude, children's cancer is no longer a lost cause.
And I have to say, isn't that really what it's all about?
Absolutely. Micah was amazing. I got to meet him. Like I said, Micah and his mom came by FedEx, and we got to meet them and hear their story. And it just puts, sometimes you forget that there's a face behind the logo.
Right. Uh-huh.
And when you get to meet some of the kids and the families, it really puts a face to it. And that's what today is all about as well, is these runners get to go straight through the St. Jude campus. They get to see some of the patients, some of the families, the doctors, all those involved in the care. And, they make sure that that you have that face to associate with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Yeah.
Mouth is starting to freeze over a little bit, Jarvis.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly, that's for sure. But, with faith and hope and works, you have to do work. Faith without work is nothing. Hope without work is nothing. You have to do the work.
Yes.
And that's what's going on here at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And Maddie right now is doing work at the finish line. She has the winner of the men's portion of the St. Jude Memphis Marathon. Right, Maddie?
Oh, look at that.
That's right. This is Carl Nelson, and Carl just crossed the finish line for the men in the marathon. First place. How are you doing right now?
A little sore. Legs are cramping up a bit, but I'm happy.
Well, we were all standing here when you crossed, and we were so excited to see you. What was going through your mind when you ran through that banner?
Just gratitude for my health and being able to come out and run a marathon and have support from family and friends and coworkers. I'm very lucky. So
it really does put it all into perspective this morning. The energy is high. There's so much hope here, and to see all of these runners cross the finish line for St. Jude. Carl, this is your first time at this particular race, but are you a regular to marathons?
Yeah, I've done quite a few at this point. Somewhere in the ballpark of like 15 to 20. It's something that keeps me busy. So,
how are you feeling about your time today?
I'm great. I guess it's technically a PR, so I've got to be happy about that. Always getting a little faster. I'm a year off of a pretty major injury, so just glad to have my running fitness and health back, and glad to be able to do it somewhere that is, like St. Jude's Marathon, that it means something to recover and fight for your health and other people's health. So.
Right, and part of the course, of course, for the marathon goes through St. Jude's campus. What was that experience like for you this morning?
It was incredible. It's awesome to see all the smiling faces. Gives you a lot of energy to see a bunch of people that are fighting battles that are a lot harder than just running a marathon, and puts a lot of that in perspective. So when it is mile 24 and you're ready to quit, kind of just fall back on those thoughts of, somebody else is fighting a harder battle, other people are hurting worse. You can push through for that.
Walk me through how you trained for this morning and for this particular marathon.
Long process. It's about a 14-week cycle. very lucky this year. I moved back home from Omaha, Nebraska with my wife as she starts her residency at KU Med, and had the opportunity to be a volunteer assistant coach at my former high school. So I got to do a lot of my running with the high school team and helping them win their state championship this year. They're actually out at Nike Cross Nationals today, so the boys at Rockers go get some work in today and go push yourselves. But just lots of hard work, dedication, running at night, running in the dark, lots of long miles. A lot of times you're just like, why am I doing this? But it's for moments like this.
And I'm sure all the fellas you coach, you'll have to show them this and say, look, I won today, so now it's on you.
Yeah, I told them I told them each of the first 7 5Ks I ran today were for them. So they'll have my energy when they're doing their race here shortly, I hope.
Well, Carl, can we expect to see you back here at Memphis Marathon Weekend next year?
Not sure yet. I'm expecting my first kid with my wife in February, so we'll see where life takes us from here. We'll be pretty busy. She's a resident anesthesiologist, so I'll be pretty busy at home with the kiddo. So we'll see. I would love to come back again, though. That's for sure.
Congratulations! I'm doing February as well.
Oh,
so yeah,
boy or girl?
It's a girl. What about you?
Boy.
Oh, congrats! Oh, that's so fun. So you'll have to get him in the stroller. You and the wife run a few marathons.
That's the plan. Yeah, I want to get a stroller. I'll race with some of these people that run with their big strollers, but I get the little one. You know, those are the people that impress me the most. They're riding with their giant strollers. I'm like, man, I can't imagine. So.
Well, what a big year for you, Carl. Congratulations once again. Let's show this off. How cool is this? What a keepsake, too.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is awesome.
Will this fit in your carry-on to get home, or did you drive?
I drove. Okay. My mom volunteered to drive home so I could sleep.
Okay, we'll get some rest, Carl. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again. First place finisher for the St. Jude Memphis Marathon.
Carl, congratulations. That's awesome, man. And hopefully he'll get him some barbecue before he gets in the backseat of the car and rolls on out. That's a maybe Maddie's child whom she's expecting and his little one on the way. Maybe they'll get together and come back and
matchmaking.
They'll come back and run the marathon together,
and
this is 20 I'd have to take my shoes and socks off to count up that high.
Math is hard.
Yeah, math is difficult. We're both in TV. That's why neither one of us.
Why we're here.
Yeah, that's correct. We got more of the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon coming your way. It's presented by Juice Plus, and you're watching it on Flow Sports, stream live around the world. And donate now. Click that Q card and start giving those dollars.
Tired of waiting on streaming services? Rescan your TV right now to watch your favorite NBC shows for free. No gimmicks, no buffering. Did we mention it's free? Get Action News 5's most powerful signal ever, Channel 5.1, and catch your favorite Law & Order episodes, Chicago Wednesday, Sunday Night Football, Wheel of Fortune, The Today Show, plus Action News 5's weather, news, and sports for free. Rescan your TV right now. Go to actionnews5.com/rescan or scan the QR code on your screen for help.
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family: finding cures, saving children.
In this family, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.
Do the Ravens have it this year? Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? Yeah, hard.
Oh, you know we got it. That's right.
And we're back for the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon presented by Juice Plus, and you're seeing it streamed live on Flow Sports around the country as we see the last few runners coming in as we wrap up the marathon portion of the schedule here today in downtown Memphis. And we see some people, they're coming in at a pretty good pace, and some of them look like, hey, I just lost my dog. I can't run anymore. But that's the way it is, man. It's pain and it's pleasure, because what you're running for is what it's all about. And what these people, some 22,500 runners, have come out and they have pledged their money, and they've gotten and you can also donate yourself there at home watching. Just click that QR code there and donate whatever you can to St. Jude. But the people that are running in this race, they have all their entry fees, and they've all gotten together, many of the runners, to get people to sponsor them in this race, and that money goes to St. Jude as well.
Yes, it does. And as we mentioned, I think it's worth mentioning again, this is the largest single-day fundraiser for St. Jude. Over the time since 2002, when they first started this race, they've raised $138 million, and that is all going to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which is just an amazing organization in itself, trying to make sure that no child ever dies of childhood cancer. They're leading the way in new treatments, and it's, we keep saying it, and I say there's no other way to put it but amazing. It's an amazing organization, and it's an amazing day here in Memphis. Marathon Weekend is always a fun time, and everyone's out here having a good time, and we've seen people come across for the 5K, for the 10K, for the half marathon, and now we've got some people finishing up for the regular marathon, but this will be going on throughout the day because people are still finishing up, and the wind is starting to come in, and I'm starting to cry because the wind is coming in.
I thought you were crying because you were so happy to see all the runners.
I'm so happy to see everyone running, and I'm not. That's what I'm happy about.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that works too. Whatever works. Yeah.
Whatever works.
And it's working for the people out here that are running. As we see the last few come in, now there'll be finishers coming in most of the rest of this day. I mean, they'll be out here till probably about 4 o'clock coming in, because some people will run and they'll walk, and they'll run and they'll walk, or they'll just say, heck with it, I'll just walk my way to the finish line. And it takes a long time to run 26.2 miles. But we saw the young man from Kansas City that came in. He had a personal record today, and he's a little bit over 2.5 hours to run 26.2 miles. That is just amazing to me and to any normal human watching this, and the training that you have to do to be able to do this. You have to work up. You run a couple of miles a day, then 5 miles, then you do 10 miles a day, then you do 13. It's just crazy. And I believe we've got the women's winner that just finished. Yeah. You know, we're going to try to get her if we can. Maddie Gardner is down at the finish line to do that. We'll wait a little bit before we go to Maddie to make sure she can, to get her up there and up to speed and ready to go, if she can talk with the wind like this. But, you know, wind or no, I mean, just to see all the runners come out, they expect to raise $16 million off this day alone. That would be a record. They raised $15 million last year. 22,500 runners have taken part. And, you know, it takes all those donations, because St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is a $2 billion a year business. It's a business in the fact that you've got to buy the equipment, you got to build the buildings, you have to pay the employees, you got your custodial work, your cafeteria, everybody, not just to mention the doctors who are coming in and doing what they do, and the nurses and all the support staffs. We've had several Nobel winners here and to come through and do their work at St. Jude and win Nobel Awards for, which is absolutely, you know, that's what you expect, that's what you want, but you don't know that, you know, that somebody's going to come through with some breakthrough. That glad that they have, but they have the facilities here where they are able to do that. Rick Shadiak, the CEO of ALSAC, the fundraising arm of St. Jude, joined us here on our set today and talked about how much he appreciates the people that come in and volunteer their time, the ones that are the paid staffers, the work that they do. And, you know, when you're dealing with something like childhood cancer, it's not, oh, hey, we're having a great, you know that kids still die. It doesn't always work out for everybody, and it makes you work that much harder for the ones that do make it. Their success rate has gone to below 20% to up to over 80% now in curing these once thought to be incurable childhood diseases.
Right, and it's just like we were saying earlier, the rate of survival has gone up drastically since St. Jude started this mission. And it's worth saying also that, no child, no family ever receives a bill.
You're not coming out of your own pocket.
Not coming out of your pocket, not coming out of their pocket. No travel, no housing, no food, no treatment. They never receive a bill. And that's just amazing when you think about it, to know that they are not having to worry about anything but making sure that their child survives. So that's why we're here. We want everyone to scan that QR code on your screen. Give whatever you can. This is the season of giving.
Yes, it is.
Give whatever you can. No amount is too small. Give $1. Everyone has $1. Instead of having your morning coffee, give that money to St. Jude, because even that small amount helps. So we are making sure that everyone here has the opportunity to give to this amazing cause. We're going to talk about Nick, a rising talent in the basketball community until a cancer diagnosis interrupted his dreams. Now he credits St. Jude with not only saving his life, but changing his perspective on how he wants to live.
My name's Kiki, and I got diagnosed with a brain tumor, and I was 10. Cancer is a long journey. The pain, the emotions, all of that, it's a lot on your body and you.
Kiki had a grand mal seizure. She blacks out, starts convulsing. The grand mal ones are very scary. She's had several of them. She's literally just one of thousands of patients that they're helping. And it's because of those donors that she's able to get that care. So every 3 months she can get a treatment and we don't pay anything for it. Yes, she's still fighting, and yes, she still has a lot of mountains to overcome, and as she navigates this and she's learning to listen to her body, the rest of us are learning to adapt as well, and I don't think we could have done that without St. Jude. They've just allowed us to transition to a point of normalcy in our life, and you feel safe, you feel taken care of, you know that the best eyes are on your child. Somehow her story is going to make a difference for somebody. She's a light. She brings joy to everybody around her. And this has been all very life-changing for her. And watching how she juggles that and still comes out with that light and smiling is an incredible thing to watch.
I was one of the best players in my class. I was playing at the top level. I was on my way up, but my basketball dreams shattered. I was just out of it. I just looked bad and I really felt bad. My mom took me to my doctor. And my mom is kind of worried, so she goes out and talks to my doctor while I'm laying down on the bed. And when I wake up, we're at the gates of St. Jude. 2 people walk in with white coats. He said, "You've been diagnosed with leukemia." I was like, okay, it's serious. I was groomed for basketball, like that was me. It always came back to basketball. But the only question I asked was, how can I get better? What's the treatment and how long will it take? I was basically dying, and they stepped in and saved my life. And I'm not the same person I was when I first went into this. I'm a better human being, an individual, because I went through St. Jude.
The strive to basketball was still a dream of mine. Some of the treatments had damaged my knees, so I don't think I ever really just got it back to where it was. It just made me shift gears. Majoring in English, aspiring to be an artist. I still see myself, helping out St. Jude. They always kept in mind what my goals were and what I wanted while also saving my life.
That's really something, because I covered Nick's dad, Paris, in high school. So did you.
I remember.
And then he went on to star at the University of Memphis, then Memphis State. And then his kid comes along, and he's this big bursting athlete. Looks like, man, he's headed, to stardom. And then to hear him say that, he went in, something wasn't feeling right. He went in and said, "You were basically dying."
Yeah.
It wasn't, "I'm a great athlete. What do you mean?" And when you get a gut punch like that and have to go through all the treatment, all the protocols and everything like that, and then come back, he gives back, as you saw in the piece, he gives back to the hospital, speaking to the kids, putting on performances and doing things like that. That shows you the dedication and the feeling that the patients have for St. Jude.
It really gives you a perspective when you hear about, especially an athlete, like you said, big, strong athlete who is in the prime of his life, and then all of a sudden it's, like you said, a gut punch. Mm-hmm. And it puts a face to it. We've been talking about that all morning. It puts the face to all of these people who you're helping with your dollars. And one of those St. Jude heroes has just crossed the finish line. Maddie is now standing by with the women's winner of the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon.
Carrie, I'd love to introduce you to Joanna Wistacat. She is the first place women's marathon finisher for St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend. You're incredible. You just did that. What's going through your mind?
I'm super thankful. My goal was to break 3 hours. I didn't know I could run under 2:55, so super thankful, super grateful, and tired.
Yes, 2:54 was the time I heard. Does that sound right to you?
Something around that, yes. 2:54 something.
What's going through your mind when you're crossing that red banner, Joanna?
A lot of fun, yeah. When I saw that they pulled that red banner, I was like, oh, I actually won. Like, I had an idea that I was first woman, but you tend to forget about stuff like that when you're racing, so it was an awesome feeling.
Joanna, you're originally from Germany, moved to Memphis in 2018, but this is your first time actually running the marathon. Why's that?
So I ran for Christian Brothers University here in Memphis in college, so I graduated last year. So always on this weekend, we had our first indoor meet, so I was never able to be here the past year. So now I'm off college, and I was like, I have to run it because it's an amazing event. So.
And you had such a strong cheering section crossing the finish line as well. What does it mean to have all these supporters out here and behind you and behind the cause for St. Jude?
They were for sure the one why I was able to run that fast. The whole support on the whole course was amazing. Everybody was so cheerful, everyone was so happy, so I was for sure what made me able to push through it.
Do we think that we'll see you next year in the St. Jude Marathon?
I for sure want to come back. Yeah, it was an awesome event. Marathon is tough, but if it's for something like this, it makes it so much more easier and so much more worth it. So I for sure want to run again here.
So the cause was pushing you through the course?
Yes, for sure, for sure. It got tough halfway through, but then just being reminded of what it's for, it for sure helped a lot.
Well, I love that, and we're so happy to speak to you and meet you. We can't wait to see you beat your time next year.
Thank you. I hope so.
All right, Joanna, congrats once again, and thank you so much for coming over and chatting with us. I mean, I can't imagine doing an interview after, walking down the street. So the fact that she just ran 26.2 miles and is, casually talking to me right now is blowing my mind.
All of our minds are blown here. She's got her, lanyard that says 26.2 on it. I take 26.2 steps. I'm ready to sit down and put my feet up. But,
my sign would say 0.2.
.2. Yeah, that is great, Maddie, to have her 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 45 seconds. That's straight running now. She's not walking. You're not walking that pace to cover that distance.
Yeah.
And she looks like she just, stepped outside and went for a little quick stroll through Overton Park or something like that. But we're so proud and happy to have her win and to have her experience what she experienced. She went to my wife's alma mater, by the way, CBU. Shout out Buccaneers. They got a St. Jude Memphis Marathon winner there. And you see all the people that have come through that finished now. There's still a few ones that are finishing in the background there. They're putting their wraps on. But you still have a chance before we sign off to donate. You see the QR code on your screen. Scan that QR code and you know what to do. Donate to St. Jude.
That's right, but you can donate anytime. You can go to the St. Jude website, donate. Just do it. Do it. Instead of getting your morning cup of coffee, take that $5 that you're going to spend and send it to St. Jude. Send it to a worthy cause. We're going to head back down to see Maddie for a few final thoughts. Maddie, it's been an amazing day up here. I know you've had a lot of fun there at the finish line.
It absolutely has. I'm telling you, I had the best spot in Memphis all morning long for this marathon to get to see the looks on people's faces as they completed their races, whether it was the 5K or the marathon or whether they were dressed up like the King, Elvis Presley, as they crossed with their hands in the air. Just seeing the smiles on everyone's faces and knowing they're not just here to run, they're here for St. Jude and they're here to raise money for all of the kids who are there at St. Jude right now. One of my favorite parts was hearing their experience as they got to run through campus. And you heard from our half marathon women's winner when Madison said, she made eye contact with a little girl who's a patient at St. Jude and her mom as she was running through, and that gave her the motivation to keep pushing on. And it was a little bit emotional for her as well. But goodness gracious, there's no other morning like this in any city around the world, but especially right here in Memphis. And it's been such a joy to be out here and to be able to speak to the winners and to also be able to speak to the teams who raise so much money. If you were with us in the earlier part of the broadcast, we met a family with the team running with Grace, one of the top fundraising teams for patients. And their daughter, Alexis Grace, was a patient herself at St. Jude who sadly lost her battle with childhood cancer, but asked her parents to keep pushing and to keep raising money for St. Jude. And they're out here this morning raising money and spreading the message and, of course, sharing her memory, guys.
Yeah, that's really been something, Maddie. We want to commend you for being out there in the cold. 30 weeks pregnant, folks, and she is going to have a little girl coming up here soon. Fortunately, I said she's right next to AutoZone Park, so she can, we got the catcher's mitt out ready just in case, but it's just been a wonderful thing to have you out there. And you said you saw the smiles on people's faces. I don't know, my face wouldn't look like that, man. If I did that, I would not be smiling, but I would be happy for what we're able to accomplish out here in donating to St. Jude.
It's been so much fun. We've gotten to see a lot of the race finishers. I've seen several friends cross the finish line, and several co-workers I've seen come out here. And this is Maddie. I know that you got to see a lot of the faces and stuff. I saw dogs too. Were people like running with their dogs and running with?
How did I miss that?
I know. I don't know. Maybe they were in the crowd. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, especially in the earlier race for the 5K, I did see a couple of kids crossing their parents, but they ran the race themselves. So, goodness gracious, if they can do it, we've got to do it.
You got that right.
No.
We'll convince Carrie to do it.
I'm going to convince Carrie. Yep.
She'll moonwalk the race at some point.
If someone's chasing me, I'll run. We're good.
Maddie, this is your first time doing something like this in Memphis. Just give us an overall feeling of what you felt and what you get out of this.
Right. Yes. So my husband and I moved to Memphis in January when I started my job at Varsity Spirit, of course, one of the sponsors of today's race. And they asked me to be a part of this broadcast, and I was blown away because this morning has so much lore, I guess you could say, among Memphians, and everyone talks about the magic of Memphis Marathon Weekend and St. Jude and just how important St. Jude is to the community, but also the community is to St. Jude. So to be out here and to feel just that magic in the air and the excitement and to remember what this is all for. and that we're all out here raising money for St. Jude so they can cure childhood cancer. It's been truly special, so I'm very grateful for this experience.
Okay, your child, it's on its way. You're going to get her a spirit stick, and have you got a name that you can share with us here?
Oh, I can't decide on a name yet. I'm going back and forth between a couple of them right now. My husband and I are. But, yes, she will absolutely have a Varsity spirit stick and a Varsity Spirit cheer uniform at some point in her life.
Yeah, she'll have that St. Jude Spirit stick to go. And Carrie and Maddie, it's been a joy for me to join you on the set here and to be part of this just absolutely beautiful day here in downtown Memphis. A little cool, but the runners like it a little cool rather than a little hot. And we've seen some great winners, and everybody, Maddie, they all seem to share the same theme, that once they took that turn and run through the campus, whatever it was they were thinking about, how their lungs hurt or their feet or their back or whatever, and they run through that campus, and then they get that extra juice, that extra motivation to finish the race and know that they're doing something worthwhile.
Yeah, and I would say that these times are divisive times somewhat in our country, but if there's one thing everyone can agree on is that St. Jude is an amazing organization, and they have an amazing just everything about them is awesome. I mean, when I was asked to do this, I mean, you mentioned St. Jude, and it's yes,
Very
I will
good.
do it. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just been it's been a fun experience, and I've been here 25 years, and this is the first time I've actually been downtown for the Memphis Marathon.
So you're loving it, right?
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
This is awesome. And Maddie, we are so glad that you are now Memphians. And your child, you're bringing another Memphian in the world. Mempho Daddy, that's correct, 901. You got to feel it. And we appreciate everything that you do and what you brought to this, because you really, stepped up the broadcast and coming down there, being at the finish line where you were, and talking to those people and seeing their emotions and bringing that to life. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Maddie Gardner, for doing what you do. Hey, one more question for you. Were you a cheerleader yourself? Did you do that, or you were a runner?
I started cheering when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
So, yes.
I got you. So
Not a runner.
Varsity Spirit's right up your alley then. And, that, of course, they're one of the main.
In my blood.
They're one of the main sponsors of the event here, along with Juice Plus, the presenting sponsor. Several other sponsors. We have to thank Flow Sports for allowing us to be able to be streamed live across not just the Memphis area, but also across the country. Maddie, we appreciate you. Maddie Gardner, ladies and gentlemen, great job there at the finish line. Carrie Anderson, it's great being back with you again.
Back in the saddle.
That's correct. We worked together 16 years at Action News 5, WMC TV here in Memphis, and it's just a great thing to do in my hometown. I was born here and raised here, and St. Jude has always been a part of our lives. No matter what you do, if you're in Memphis, St. Jude is going to be a part of your life some kind of way. And there we got a big head running through the crowd there, but more runners will be finishing up here. The St. Jude, this is the 23rd St. Jude Memphis Marathon. The weekend is sponsored by Juice Plus. More than $138 million raised through the years of this event. This is the 23rd year. $16 million expected to be raised from this event today, the single largest single-day event as far as donating. And, of course, you can do what, Carrie Anderson?
Donate right now. Get out your phone, scan that QR code. But you don't have to. If you don't have your phone with you, just go to St. Jude's website and make sure that you donate whatever you can today, because every little bit helps.
Yeah, remember, the average donation is between $15 and $20. $15 to $20, that's the average donation. If you do that, you will be a part of making St. Jude the catalyst in eradicating childhood cancers. That's what we all want. I know that's what you all want. Say goodbye from Memphis as the runners come in and finish the 23rd annual St. Jude Memphis Marathon. We appreciate you joining us live here on Flow Sports. Go Memphis Marathon!
At St. Jude, there's one thing that makes us all family. Finding cures, saving children. Family is how St. Jude started, and family is how we keep going.
In this family, every child deserves a chance to live their best life. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because that's what you do for family.
1 in 5 kids in the U.S. still won't survive cancer, and globally, that number is even higher.
In this family, we won't stop until no child dies from cancer.
This holiday season, join our St. Jude family. We need you. Please donate now.